Radio, this is so you can realize and recognize how it is.
It started off at 13, breaking all the rules. Cut the school and burn it up at my brother's school. Not a bona fide money taker yet, but learn fast about all the things that dirt gets. Roaming in the streets with my peeps and then they evening creeping. I take up my Pacific Trail sleeping. Sometimes just be people for the hell of it. I was so young that getting locked was irrelevant. Getting on the fast, taking cash on the street, breaking in mailboxes on the 1st and 15th. And yo, my favorite was the orange box cutter. Just opening it up and scared the shit up by the sucker. Talking shakes and shit, talking about murder. At age 15, I got my very first murder. Now it's time to get it on with society. Quick to click on any punk niggas that be on
A local bad boy, you who went against the grain, trying to make a little name. Got caught up in the game. I didn't recognize I was part of the statistics. Why didn't someone kick the ballistic? When I turned 16, kid, I thought I knew. I probably don't know, man. I made my own rules, so I started with click, juveniles. We recorded in the system with rap sheets for mounds. I got drug possession and burglaries. I got A1 felonies with a string of armed robberies. It doesn't matter what you young to do a bit. Doing the dub crimes, we get charged as that kid. I slid in the records, I got cash on mine. 17 now, I need the cream and that's the bottom line. It ain't hard to find a slinker with one of my mans. Someone who's real, somebody who I consider fan. So my man named Shake, he make mad bank. He drops out places to New York with fake gas tanks with doing marijuana. Mad pace still and living with one. I'm more sharp than piranha, so I got it out my pocket right until got stopped one night, jumping on the turnpike, flashing lights is behind us. He said that we're fine. Now here they come with a team of trucks and canines. So I guess I'll never see that condo with 2 car garages. I dropped my head and said I wish I never put on charge. It's for all the brothers who wanna see green, but not green correctional facility. Just keep your head up and make that green up the man to the best of your ability. They got me caught up. Goddamn, they put me slipping. Got me locked up by the 15 for that last shipping. For my mama and my shorty, tell them daddy been naughty. People do the damnest things when they filled with 40s. I'm 21, I'm a man now, so I can stand trial now. Regret living the life of a foul child. Word. Maybe being a nerd would have been cool when I reminisce on school back in the days when I used to break math school. Now I'm rocking the shell, no bail, who catching hell fail. You turn up and forget my girl, she ain't sending no mail. They try to play ya, I hang ya, I keep my banger riding on prison buses, giving judges the middle finger. I blame my father sometimes, shouldn't talk me to math, put me on that old straight path that I didn't know to have. Word to mother, my mama, she tried to teach me. My uncle tried to do it, we ain't get through. Me and my mama say street free, drunk, jump. There's no honor among me, so I participated in the paper chase. It was so waste, cause now I'm caught up in the wrong place. Crime ruled everything around me. Catching charges, mama bring me out now. I'm a local bad boy, you. When niggas brain, trying to make a little name. Got caught up in the game. I didn't recognize I'm a part of the statistics. Why did someone kick the ballistic? A local bad boy, you. Who went against the grain, trying to make a little name. Got and recognize I'm a part of the statistics.
I was despised and rejected, spit on and disrespected, came to my own afflicted. Why didn't they listen to me? The greatest sacrifice no other man could ever give. I gave my life and soul, knowing it would make you live. Spirit was willing, with my flesh I had to overcome. I asked my father, pass this cup, but I was the only one to do his will, fulfill the scriptures to perfection. Laid out my life, and I hope in reconciliation. Christ is on his way. Christ is on his way. Will I find faith in thee? Christ is on his way. And no confusion. Christ is on his way. Turn the righteous ruling. Christ is on his way. Will you be ready for me? Christ is on his way. Or will I find iniquity? Christ is on his way. I bear the sins of many. Christ is on his way. How could you do this to me? Of all the families on earth, you only have I known. My sheep was lost in this world. To you my love was shown. I came to give repentance, forgiveness of your sins, to be a prince and savior, but you won't let me in. Instead you delivered me unto the enemy with all your blasphemies. How could you do this to me? Stiff-necked and stuck in your ways, you broke the covenant. You only got a few days before I make my judgment. Oh, forgive them, for they know not what they do. What they do, what they do. I will plead with them face to face till I turn them back to you.
Yo, you thought I wasn't coming back? Imagine that, watch the sky crack when I attack. I held back the winds from the four corners. Now you were gonna watch my battle wax get bloody. No one above me to please them to choose me, to bruise me, but nothing could move me. You refused me like you never knew me. I didn't have to do it when I carried your iniquity, your wickedly witchery. And you don't remember me, the whole world watched on my name. They lied, denied that I died, so they pierced my side. Now I will return to burn, to unlearn, but the whole world heard. But for
Everything I do is for the Lord. If I breathe, I breathe for Christ. If I die, I die for Christ, no matter the price. Understand it. I present my body as a living sacrifice.
That's right.
Repent, for the kingdom of the Lord is at hand. The coming of Yahweh Shai is not. And he prophesied when he was going to be born and died. I hope these cats realize that there ain't much time. First and foremost, the Satan holds post. Keep your guards up and close with the armor of the Most High. He's not a man that he should lie. I hate when we teach Jake and they walk on by.
Christ is on his way. Will you be ready for me? Christ is on his way. Will I find faith in thee? Christ is on his way. Coming to end all this confusion. Christ is on his way. Christ is on his way. Will you be ready for me? Christ is on his way. Will I find thee? Christ is on his way. Christ is on his way. How could you do this to me? Christ is on his way. Are you ready for me? Christ is on his way. Ain't you gonna take it slowly? It's really better. I'll never say so confused. Christ is on his way. Ain't you gonna take it slowly?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another Testimony Friday. Forgive me for being so late. Forgive me. But we're here. So thank you guys for being here. Could have been any place else on the earth, but you're here tonight. Thank you so much. Now, I don't know if I'm going to run through all of the hashtags, but we'll mention them. So we have 4 hashtags that are in the village. No more be the change. It takes a village. Visitation rights are for inmates, not for fathers. We then move on to AAA. Acknowledgement, acceptance, and application. We then move on to the mirror. The truth is too heavy for the weak to carry. We need vision, not sight. We need to stop being emotional animals and start being spiritual creatures. And last but certainly not least, here in the village, we believe that our four bodies should be at a perpetual balance, or as close as it can. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
welcome, guys. Thank you for being here. Let's say hello. Let's give some shout outs to the people in the place. We have Butterfly Kisses, Red Lipstick, Lyric Speaks, BCDC, Pasha Blaine, LAR, Butterfly Latanya in the place, and Nah in the place. Thank you guys for being here. Could have been any place, but you chose to be here. So, let's talk about what was supposed to happen today. Let's talk about it. First off, today is Testimony Friday. You know what that means. It means that we get to hear less of Bolo, Lyric, or Anthony speak, or the regulars. Today is the day where you guys get to voice your opinions, talk about your strengths, your weaknesses, talk about what's going on in your life. This is why Testimony Friday was created, for you guys to speak, to let you guys know that you have a voice. So with that being said, today was supposed to be the day that we had conversations, not just between the adults, but having conversations with the young men and young women that seem to be at odds end with us, that think that we know too much, that tend to think that we don't understand them, and things of that nature. So that's what today was supposed to be. But forgive me, I got in here late. Sorry about that. So let's talk about what we talked about this morning in the prayer, about talking about guidance and understanding, talking about having faith and understanding that the only way we can accomplish this is through faith. Because we know weakness is the killer to faith. And what happens is when we go through what we go through, when we're going through our shaping, when we're going through being hardened, right? Iron sharpening iron, when we're going through our furnace of affliction, if we do not have that relationship, because this is what, the shaping is doing. It's shaping us into the image of the Father, to the understanding, so that we can be that living testimony for the world. And if you have no faith, you will buckle. And you will give in to fear. Do things your way. And you know the famous cliches. God understands what I'm doing. Though not my God. So faith is very important. Your relationship and how you move is based off your faith. Faith is the building blocks. The building blocks on your strength and your connection to the Father. Because when there is nothing else, the only thing that will sustain us, the only thing that will hold us is faith. The only thing that we will have through our pain, through our struggle, is faith. It's all we have. When there's nothing else Because you have to. Same as I, same as all of us. We have to go through that pain and that hurt and that shaping ourselves. No one can go with us. And the thing that's going to hold you strong, the thing that's going to hold me and hold you and hold us strong is faith and your relationship to the Father. Because no one knows the pain that you're going through. If you're fortunate enough to be able to share it with somebody, regardless, it's something that you have to go through. It's something that you have to master and conquer. You have to have that faith. You have to have that relationship. So when you have the examples, when you have the examples of a Joseph or a Job, which we will continue and go back to reading on Monday, Lord willing. These men, their relationship to or their relationship with the Father was on a different level. And it's not like something that you can't achieve. But it was built on faith. It was built on a connection, a relationship, an understanding. A lot of which we don't have, a lot of which we are weak in. So again, when you're going through what you're going through, it's a preparation. It's an understanding that you need to have. An understanding. You know, I'm sorry, I'm a lot more energetic usually, but today I'm not. So I apologize for that. So again, the link is pinned at the top. Come in, build, talk. And let's talk about what you're going through. Let's talk about how you're feeling. I see Mama Beverly's in the building. Welcome, Mama B. Welcome. It's good to see you. So how many of you are going through something at this point and you just feel that no one understands you, no one gets you? You think that the best thing for this world, the best thing for you, is to end it. Because nobody wants to hear you. No one believes you. No one pays attention to you. So you say to yourself, you know what? Whatever. And you don't understand that there is no glory in death. The Lord doesn't want to see you go. The Lord wants you to magnify his name. The Lord wants you to be a marvelous example, testimony. That's what he wants you to be. But for us to get there, we have to have that relationship. Because in those days, nights, and everything in between, when there's no one around, when you are by yourself, he will be there to hold you down. He will be there to give you strength to get back up. Through all the talking points that you hear everyone having, and there are so many, but the most famous one is submission. That's the one that everybody is talking about. That's the one that no one seems to have an answer for. No one seems to be able to figure out. They can figure everything out, but just that they just can't. They don't have the wherewithal to understand. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. Or maybe some of them do, and just to choose to have those talking points because nobody wants to do the work. Nobody wants to acknowledge what dysfunction they bring to the situation. It's easier to blame you. It's easy to blame everyone else, but to look into the mirror and say, damn. What we do here in the village, what we do here, this is not a choice. This is not a choice that we have. See, when we come here to do what we do, welcome Sarah J. Everybody welcome Sarah. Thank you. While I remember, because I do have a bad memory, I will add you to the list. Bear with me. No one seems to, everyone thinks that this is a choice. Everyone thinks that, we wake up in the morning and we choose to do this. We wake up in the morning and, we make a conscious decision. Nah, we don't. See, those of you that understand, which I believe is everyone in the village, we understand that this is not a choice. This is the way of life. That choice got thrown out a long time ago. This is how we live. This is the love, one for another. Day in and day out. Tired or not, hurting or not, we are here for one another. going through something or not, we are here for one another. This is not a choice. This is like breathing. You don't choose to breathe, you just do it. And it's not easy, it's hard. It's very hard. So what do we talk about, right? We talk about slowing things down. We talk about being still. We talk about allowing the Lord's voice, allowing the Lord's presence to be in you, around you, guide you, nurture you. Being patient. You know, we are so fast, we move so much that we just don't take the time to sit down and just enjoy. We just move. You know, I think that when we get older, when we get to that point of being in our later years, that's when we start to appreciate time and start to appreciate things and slow things down. And it shouldn't take that long. Because there's so much that you miss. There's so many people that you lose. And you waited for your later years to take advantage of that. Lyric, we lost you. Come back. There's so much that we lose because we're so caught up into there's so much that we lose, man. There's so much that we take for granted in our day to day. Pasha said, I just came from a funeral this afternoon from my aunt. It puts things into perspective, especially time. It does. The great equalizer, time is. Great equalizer. When we're running to and fro, up and down, trying to figure things out, you know, we let the little things guide us. We let the little things take over, and we pay attention to the small things. We tend not to look at the things that are important. We as we grow up, we're taught to focus. We're taught to put into our vision the things that don't matter. And as Pasha just said, you know, someone passes and it puts everything into perspective. You start to see things clearly. You start to really take account for what you've done, what you're doing, how you're doing it, where you're doing it, where you're going, how you're going, where do you want to end up, how do you want to end up. All these things rush to you in one moment. You weren't thinking about this yesterday. Yesterday you was doing you. Today, it's a whole different thought process. Today you're seeing things different. And this is the thing about man, you know, we always go back to the way we used to be when it comes to these types of things. We don't stay in that spirit of knowing that, hey, tomorrow's not promised. Hey, appreciate what you have now. Hey, Love on those people that you have now. Love on them, because at any given time, at the those people that we love can be taken, and what are you left with? What are you left with? I should have. I could have. Should have did this. I should have did that. That's what you're left with. It's not a good look. ALR beat me to it, but my condolences to you, Pasha. This road that we choose to traverse is a lonely one. Why is it lonely? Because not everyone is going to understand what we're doing. Not everyone is going to understand what we're going through. They're just not. They just don't. They just don't. But we have a semblance of understanding. We have a semblance of understanding you. So this is why our Father tells you, forsake ye not the assembly of one another. Why not be around those that understand? Why not be around those that are going through what you're going through, or that can understand what you're going through? Not too many people could understand Job. Not too many. Hell, as we're reading it, we're starting to see that his wife didn't understand him. His friends didn't understand him. And you would think that these guys rocked with him for a while, when he went through what he was going through. The first few days, they were just quiet with him, and hell, they seen him and ripped their clothes off and stood there with him. This is not an easy thing that we do. Hey, Mama B. Okay. I don't know what it is. Let me see if I can come up and see what happens. Hold on, guys.
I'm sorry, I fell off.
Can you hear me, Mama B?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I fell off. I
Is it
was trying to
you or is
move.
it the connection?
It could be. Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. I fell off. Uh, I was trying to move around, give me something cold to drink because I come to fuss at you.
You came to fuss at me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me what I've done.
Okay, I told you about getting enough rest, but I'm gonna fuss at myself too because I forgot to tell you one important factor of the tea and
Okay,
something you could do every day. A
which is
peppermint. A
oh,
peppermint.
okay. So tea,
And also, yeah, the peppermint
tea.
Earl is so good for you. I used to drink it as a baby because I'm allergic to milk and dairy. And you put a couple of drops in some water. You can make a gallon of peppermint Earl, but it's good to open up your lungs. it's good to get up mucus and everything else. I didn't know that at the time, but I found it out. My grandmother told me about it. You know, um, on Saturdays we used to have to take cod liver oil, fish oil, mineral oil, vitamins, and yeah, she give us some peppermint water to drink afterwards and a stick of peppermint. So I keep peppermints in my house because they open up your airway. So if you have any peppermint sticks, when you make your tea, stir it with the peppermint stick. If you can, let it melt in there. But just stir it with the peppermint stick and you could always eat the rest, chew on it, whatever. Peppermint candy. Um, it helps. I used to do that for my nephew because I used to be terribly afraid for him when he was small. I said it before that I thought he was gonna lose his life to asthma. So that's why I'm always so concerned about you. When I hear your voice, like this morning, and it didn't sound good, I got real upset. I started crying. So I want you to take care of yourself. Now I'm older than you. What you think would happen to me if something happened to you? I couldn't take it.
Thank you. I'll take better care of myself.
Please get more rest. And that's for everybody in the village. I want y'all to take better care of yourselves. Go to the doctor, please. Um, Pasha, you have my deepest sympathies. Um, but just think, you lost your aunt. If something happens to one of y'all here in the village, I think I would lose my mind. I'm too old now. So I need y'all to, get on it. Take care of your health. And for those of you who like, well, I can't do the peppermint water thing because I don't do sugar. I do sweet and low. The best thing to use is pure cane sugar. I learned that from, yeah, my Jamaican daddy. That pure cane sugar is good for you. It is very good for you. You're right, Bolo. And that pure cane sugar, you don't have to make it too use too much to make it sweet. You know, just to your taste and to your liking. And you know, you can buy a bottle of peppermint Earl from anywhere off of Amazon, um, CVS, Walgreens, the drugstores and everything. They sell pure peppermint Earl. And that's the best way to go. But in a pinch, grab a peppermint and suck on it. And, you know, we kept peppermints in our purse in church when we was, bringing the kids to church. It was two reasons: to shut their mouth up and to help them in passages, which wasn't a good idea because they but yeah, it does clear your airways. So at night is the best time to do that bolo with your tea, like I told you, and your peppermint.
I will.
And trust me, you should see a difference in the morning.
I will. I will. You're absolutely right. I will. I will take care of it. I will. You know,
I'm Sheraton and Jedi Master.
Jedi Master, what's going on? Miss Carrington, what's going on?
Princess.
Princessa. Um, it's not easy, man.
It's not. It's not.
You know, it's again, you know, you meet people, especially you guys. You meet you guys, and although we have not seen each other, um, there's a love, a respect, and admiration for one another. So even when you feel under the weather, there's a guilt. I'll speak for me. I can only speak for me. Um, I know that we come here and we read and we come Wednesdays and Fridays and sometimes we might throw a Saturday or a Sunday once in a while, but we know the Fridays and the Wednesdays are clockwork, and some people come here, it's the routine. This is I'm meeting with family. We meet on Wednesdays and Fridays and every day to just check up on one another and see one another. So that being said, me, you know, in my heart, in my mind, uh, not doing this seems to be letting you guys down because you guys don't have a place to come and speak and congregate together and talk with one another. You know, uh, as crazy as that might sound, in my mind, that's what I go through, and that's why even when um you know I got to talk to you behind the scenes on certain things, but you know um just going through that, it's just it's a lot, but you push through because you have you guys. How can you not push through? How can you not? How can you not get stronger? How can you not get better with the love that you guys show each other and me? How can you not get through? So that's just my thought process on it. So that's why when you getting mad at me and things of that nature, that's why
I'm not really mad at you. I love you,
I
son.
know, and I love you too,
I
my
just
love.
want you to take care of yourself. Everyone in this village, I want them to take care of themselves. I'm getting old now. I can't afford to lose y'all.
We here.
And y'all can
We
fuss at me too because I don't take care of me all the time. I'm up doing stuff I don't have no business doing.
so you better stop. So you
Yeah,
better.
I felt it. Um, I felt it. I think Monday. I felt it, and the pain came, and I was like, maybe I should lay down and stay down for a while and rest. I don't have to put these few little clothes in the washing machine. That's not necessary. They're not going nowhere. So God put it in my mind that sometimes you have to rest. You have to take a break, let your body heal. And I got stitches, and I need to let them heal. They're not a lot, but need to let them heal because I am getting older and I don't heal as fast. So uh, I got to accept that. I don't like to accept that, but I do have to accept the fact that, yeah, I'm older now. I'm not going to heal like I used to heal. I want to, but I'm not. And yeah, the Lord got on me. The Holy Spirit convicted me, and I've been taking it easy, one day at a time, taking it easy, not putting pressure on myself just because I'm here by myself. You know, when the nurse came today, she said, "What have you did?" I said, "Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I did nothing." And she looked at me and she was like, "You didn't do nothing. Your pressure is good, everything." She looked at my stitches. She said, "Oh, they're not red no more." "Oh, okay, well you okay. You haven't been doing nothing." Cause she know me. She know I am. I have to move around. I just can't be perfectly still. I'm like you, Bolo, like you said, you have to come here for us. And I feel guilty if I don't get up because I done been a daughter, a wife, and a mother and a grandmother, and I'm used to always doing for others. I'm just used to that. And truly, I enjoy that. I enjoy that. So I understand what you're saying. I really understand what you're saying. But, you know, sometimes we got to lay it down and rest. And don't forget to make our regular checkups. That's the most important thing. I thought Lyric was going to be up here because I was going to ask her how she was feeling, and she better have told me the truth.
I think she'll be back. I thought it was the link that was knocking you
Because
guys.
I worry about her health too, and I don't want nothing. I just don't want nothing to go wrong, where, somebody is telling me, "Oh, so and so in the hospital right now." I've been in the hospital for a while because you're not coming to the meetings. I don't want to hear that. I'm gonna stop doing it to myself, and I want all of us to take better care of ourselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know,
'Cause we only get one body.
yeah.
Don't get one.
One of the things I would like for us to get um and understand that you know I love being alive. However, if one day he does decide to call me or whatever, I don't want the village to end on me. You guys are as much as a part of it as anyone else. Continue it. You see what we've created here. A place where we come, we congregate, we welcome everyone. Doesn't mean that we ain't gonna give you the truth. We're gonna wrap the truth in love and give it to you so that you can get it, so that it sticks, so that there is no chewing of the food and spitting it out. Don't let it end on us. You don't need to have all these scriptures or whatever. All you need to do is have that relationship with God. You still need to read your book.
Amen.
So, we're gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. And again, like you said, absolutely you're right. You know,
It's days that, I get into my depression, and I know to live is Christ, but to die is gain. You know, I get to that point where I want gain. I really do. But I come out of it, you know, the Lord guides me through, and He lets me know it's not your time, regardless. And I have lost 2 grandchildren, and it's still not my time. So I have to do a better job of taking care of the vessel that the Lord gave me so I could be here for whatever He wants me to do. Whatever He wants me to do. Um, I'm His servant. I'm His servant. But yeah, it's many mornings I wake up and I don't know my name. I'm wondering why this cat is by me. I don't know who the cat is. I don't know where I'm at.
You don't know the cat.
I'm like, Lord, take me now. Just take me. Why is this cat right here? I don't know. And he's only a kitten. He was about 3 months old when that picture was took. He's much bigger now. He's big. He's a big boy. And I'm wondering why a big cat is by me, looking like a wild cat. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is my name? And I can't lie. It's been days when I couldn't remember my name. Well, I just gave me a name. Y'all can laugh at me if y'all want. I'm telling you, when you get old and the mind start to go sometimes,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta give yourself a name.
People they ask me, I try not to I try not to remember nothing. As they tell you, once you remember something, you lose something. You forget something. So if you look at my desk, I got a lot of paper, so I try not to remember anything. There's certain things that I do remember um, that are essential. And I'm afraid that if I memorize anything else, I'm going to lose something else. And I'm not going to know that I lost that until I need it. So I can kind of understand, that, you know, um, it's a special thing, man, to be here. And no, you're not late, brother. I was late today. So now you're on time. It's a special thing to be here and to understand, that and appreciate it and know that, you guys are so important and you don't understand. You guys are so important. You guys are the ones that go out there and become that testimony, that living testimony to the world. So you guys are. You guys are the living tabernacle. You guys are the living ark. You will have the Lord's presence and hear his voice. And you will create disciples. That's what you guys are. You are his hands and voice here. Let him use you. Submit to him. Let him use you. I promise you it's a lot easier than fighting, and let him use you. It's hard letting go. It's hard. It's hard letting go. There's so much, Pasha just mentioned him coming from his losing his aunt, coming from a funeral, and it's hard letting go. It's hard letting go and understanding. It's not easy. And I wrestle with this day in and day out. It's not an easy thing at all. So the one thing that you have to do is submit to him. The one thing, you try not to fight. We all have fight in us. We all do. But you try not to have fight. You try just to suck it up and just say, okay. That's how my whole day went. Sucked it up all day until the end of the day. till you catch yourself, right? You know how we always tell you, at the beginning of Wednesday and Friday, that mirror, and that mirror comes in so many different forms and so many different ways, and you're bouncing around in the day, and then at the end of the day, when your busyness slows down or stops, that mirror pops out of no place, and okay, I'm here. Let's deal with it, and it's not going to leave until you deal with it. I just, me personally, I have a hard time getting stronger, but it's in
It
inches.
takes time.
It's in
And
inches.
also another thing that we tend to do, well, I know I do, I push a lot of emotions down. And I'm like, okay, this happened. I'm not going to worry about this. I'm not going to think about it. And, I'm just going to keep going. But as I keep going and I suppress those feelings and don't let them out, like grief, hurt, pain, you suppressing those feelings, and truly it's hurting you very badly. It's hurting you very badly. So I'm trying to learn how not to suppress my feelings so much anymore and push them down, like that, where, um, you know, I just tend to be like, okay, say for instance, my my grandsons, they were into rapping and they were doing very good. And I look at a lot of the young rappers that are getting killed right now. And one particular in Florida, he popped across my screen and he looked like my grandson. And it brought that emotion up because I was like, he looked just like him. If he was here, that could have been him. He went peacefully, but just think, he could have been killed by his best friend like this boy was. So I cried, I got it out, but I also have to give thanks to the Lord that he didn't die like that at the hands of his best friend, was murdered and shot down, because that is horrific for anybody to go through. Any parent, any sister, brother, loved one, wife, whatever. That is horrific. And counseling helps, but that's something you never get over. You never get over that. We don't get over truly the loss of anyone in our lives. We don't get over that. We can push our feelings down and try not to think about it at all, but we never get over it. It's going to come back through a smell, a sound, a voice, a picture, or something. It's going to come back and you're going to have to deal with it sooner or later. I've learned that the hard way. And not dealing with a lot of things gives us high blood pressure. I know that. So now, as it comes, I deal with it as much as I possibly can, and then I leave it in God's hands. But um, I remember not crying for my dad, my mother, not crying for my brothers, not crying for the awful accident that happened with my husband and his friends and two of my nephews. I didn't cry. I didn't cry for my grandson. I comforted everybody. And then the other one, I still haven't cried for him yet. But now I know it's going to come a time where I'm going to have to cry. If not, it's going to fester in me and it's going to come out the wrong way. When I lost my father, I didn't cry. My brother tried to get me to cry. My oldest brother, because we were so close, he tried to get me to cry about him crying. I wouldn't do it. Um, I almost slit my best friend's husband's throat to keep me from running in the street because I held it in for a year and a half. That I will never do again. Holding stuff in hurts our body, our spirit, and everything else. We have to face up to it and then move on. We have to move on afterwards. But we do have to face up to it, no matter how hard it is. And that's something I never did like to do, face up to things. I'd be like, okay, it's done happened. It's over with. Let's move on. And what I would do was I would take and comfort others and pray with others about the situation or whatever happened or whatever is going on. I never thought about myself and how it affected me. I just held it in. And that's not a good thing to do. So to my men in the village, well, my women too, because some of y'all hold things into as mothers. You hold those tears in sometimes. Let them out. Let them out. Go ahead on and cry. Cry it out. If you got to go in the closet, cry it out. Because holding it in hurts your health too. It hurts your health. It took me a long time to come to terms with this. A long time. And I'm still not all the way there. And I'm an old woman. So if I'm not all the way there, I know how it is for somebody in their 20s. It's hard. It's very hard. And death is a hard pill to swallow. Death is a hard pill to swallow. You know, and it's going to come in our lives at some point in time, but it's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow. And as I got older, I thought, well, shoot, I done been through so many deaths, piece of cake. By the time it got around to my two grandsons, I was like, I'm ready for this. I done been through enough deaths. Family, friends, you know. I figured I was okay, but I wasn't. I wasn't. And the Lord spoke to me about that. He put that on my heart that, you want to take care of everybody else, but when are you going to take care of you? When are you going to take care of yourself? So that's why I'm hard on y'all about taking care of yourself, because I don't want to leave here and have y'all leave before me. It's just not right. It's not right. So I want y'all to be healthy. If you need to see a counselor and you're grieving or you depressed, please seek help. Seek help. And even if it's just for 2 or 3 hours, rest yourself. Rest yourself. Just find something to make you relax. I love SpongeBob, so I could always watch SpongeBob's and Teletubbies.
Them Teletubbies is crazy, right?
I love the Teletubbies. I got all of them. Keychains.
Oh, okay. Lock
Oh,
'em- lock
I
'em up.
got every one of them. And a Scooby Doo. I got a Scooby Doo.
I
That
like
was my grandson loved this Scooby Doo. So he was the baby, and everything was Scooby Doo, including his bed. Everything was Scooby Doo. So I still got his keychain too. Thank the Lord for that. And I don't look at them. I got them put up, but every now and again, I'll turn on, like I say, SpongeBob, for one of my grandsons, and Scooby Doo, and oh, what is it? The Power Rangers.
I don't like the
Power
power.
Rangers. Yeah, that and yeah, and watch it and just get some relaxation and laugh and be a kid again. And it helps. It really helps. And there she goes. There go my daughter. How are you feeling, Larry?
Oh, here I am. Sorry, I was on a mute. I came up the first time that my granddaughters are supposed to be in bed and they're not with me, and they called me to ask me if I was on my way, and I was like, so it is super late, and you guys are supposed to be asleep. I'm not on my way. Uh, so that was like a long, tearful conversation for them.
You can't help it, but I was speaking about us taking better care of our health.
Yeah,
And
I
how
was
have you
definitely
been?
listening. The first time that I called in, I called in to pray because I think that, it's funny that we're in the book of Job, and, everybody is in a season right now of some type of pain.
Yeah,
People don't have to call in and, tell me about it. It's just kind of sense. It's just kind of felt. So it's like, what better time than this than to be in the book of Job and talking about it, because I know that we as people, we have a tendency to want to satiate pain, whether it be with medication, alcohol, drugs, sex. There's so many ways that we try to get out of
ignoring
fit
it.
out of feeling what we're feeling, and this is human nature. The bad thing about that is, you know, what I spoke about yesterday. There's a blessing in pain, and when you don't satiate it, when you don't calm it, you're able to get to the root of it, and you're able to figure out why. And so, and then, and for me, as the more and more I look, it's an invitation to be closer with him and to sit with him and to talk with him, and get to know him, because pain is isolating. Pain will isolate you, and it's supposed to do that. It's supposed to do that because there's a lot of times, we look at it as, we got thing, we always look at it as a punishment. I did something wrong, and so that's why I'm going through this, or, when am I going to come out of it? But your growing is there, your healing is there, your comfort is there. But because we're so ready to run from it, we don't get to that point. And it just is like, as I am, going through life, as I'm reading with you guys, as I'm looking at the world, I'm like, Lord, what better time than this to be here to gain that understanding. And death is hard. And when we lose people, it is really hard. But we've talked about it before, how it's selfish because it's us that wants to keep them here. You know, it's us that, we want to keep them here, because we don't want to hurt, because we don't want to see them go, because I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want to have to go through that. But
So true.
it's not that's not for you. That's not for you to say. That's out of your control. And that's not what God intends for you, or wants for you. So, I just as I'm listening, yes, counseling is needed. Yes, so many things to comfort you in that time is needed. It is necessary. But the biggest thing that is necessary is you taking the time to feel it. You taking the time to feel it. Just feel it, because that is your meeting place with him. There's nothing in the Bible that promises that you're going to have sunny days all the days of your life. He doesn't promise comfort. He doesn't promise that. His promises are yes and amen. So everything that's being preached about prosperity, preached about you getting a new mansion and walking into that big role at your job, everybody's not a CEO. Everybody is not a business owner. Somebody's cleaning the toilets. Somebody's mowing the grass, and that's it. That's where you land. That's it. I never once saw Abraham upset that he had to till anybody's land. If his family had to eat, he was out there tilling that land. He was moving those cattle. Were there big people in the Bible? Absolutely. That had big positions? Absolutely. But the people that became second in command, look at Mordecai and how he had to get there. Paul knew that wasn't, listen, that's not for me. I got a word for you guys. I'm going to be traveling place to place. You don't have to put me in a big house. You don't have to. I know what it is I'm to do. And if you look at me and you're not happy with me because I don't wear the linen that you want me to wear, I don't live in the house that you want me to wear, I don't care. My job is to preach the gospel and to make sure you get saved and understand where you're supposed to be. I live a life of servitude, so much so that I don't even have a spouse. Who is his spouse? We look for comfort because that's us. When you ask that question, why, when you're standing in that seat of wanting to seek and find comfort, that has everything to do with your pride. That's your wisdom. That's you. That has nothing to do with God. It doesn't have anything to do with him, because he can't. You have to think about it. When you're at your highest point, when you're at your highest moments, oftentimes when you're up there, you're not thinking about anybody but you. Your spouse gets left behind, your children get left behind, your other family members get left behind, because you have to hold a position. You forget about everybody else. You forget about God. You forget about it. You're focused on yourself. And the problem with being blessed that much is you feel like you did it. And so that's why when somebody calls and says, "Oh, I'm really down and out, on my luck," it's finished. I'm really down and out on my luck. Really down and out on my luck, and I don't know. You know, I need help. I need to borrow money from you. You feel like, how dare you ask me to borrow my hard earned money that I worked for? I worked for this. I did this. And so once again, there you go, being selfish. But when you live under grace, when you live under God, when you know that it is him that got you there, you didn't do any of that. You can't do anything to keep it. You didn't do none of that. Somebody call you, ask you for something. Yes, here you go. You can have it. But now we live in a world where everybody's like, I work hard for this. You on my bad list if I give you money and you don't give it back to me. The money's not yours anyway. It don't belong to you anyway. You're not gonna leave here with a dime. And everybody that's working so hard to be in these high positions, they find themselves being lonely and sad anyway. So what did it get you? So what did it get you? And so that's where I am with that. And so that's what I was thinking about as far as that is concerned.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And like I was saying, we can't go to the other extreme either and battle ourselves, like, um, oh well, it's okay. It's happening to me. It doesn't matter. You know, God never promised us a rose garden, and keep it all bottled in. That's the worst thing in the world you could do. And I had to learn this the hard way. I had to learn it the hard way. Yes, catering to just one, that one, and everyone else in the family is a good thing, but still, in all, we have to think about ourselves. Sometimes we have to think about our health. our vessel that God gave us to live in. You know, we got to take care of us just like we take care of one another. We have to. And I'm not over it all the way yet, so y'all pray for me because I'm still trying to take care of everybody. And I do try to do overdo things and neglect myself. And I still need help in counseling because I try to push my feelings down. I try to push them down and push them out the way because I figure, you know, who am I? Look what Jesus went through. Who am I to be all, upset because this happened to me? You know, and when my last grandson took his life, I was so calm that I think everybody was scared. But I've been through so much of death and experienced so much of death and loss till, you know, I'm like, okay, well, that's today. And other people, they're crying right now. Let me see how I could help them feel better. Let me pray for them and help them out and neglect myself. And the Holy Spirit convicted me. That's not right. That's not right. I may feel that I'm not worthy because I'm a sinner and I'm living by the grace of the Lord, but I am. I'm human. So I have to think about my health too. And I'm telling each and every one of y'all, I want y'all to think about your health, your mental health, your physical health, everything. Don't be like me. Don't wait till you get to be an old woman or 21 and you have certain regrets of what you could have did better, you know, and you could have acted better on certain things where you won't have to go through certain things. So, yes, it's true. People get in high positions and, certain people will come to them and they be like, well, I've been through hard times due to COVID, this, that, whatever. And they like, I work for this money. And then we also have the scammers that go to the homeless people, give them a few dollars, put up a GoFundMe, and then get all their money. We have so much going on right now because Satan is very busy. So we have to be mindful of staying in our walk with the Lord. We have to be mindful. And yes, this is going to be an exciting chapter, as you say, Lyric, to go into with Job. It really is. It really is. We'll learn a lot. We'll learn a lot from Job. Hello,
Hey,
Melephant.
hey, Meliphant, what's going on?
Hi guys, I'm doing well. It's good to see Lyric and Bola and you, Beverly and Joseph. Hello. Um, I just wanted to say, like, as I was listening to you, Beverly, it really touched my heart because um, I realized that I hide a lot from myself. It's uncomfortable to look at yourself in the mirror and see the ways that you perpetuate your own suffering, your own pain. And I realized that I was, um, on one end, trying to avoid things that I know I need to address, that I know that I need to face head on. And at the same time, my whole life became consumed by my pain and my trauma. And I was uncomfortable being still. I'm uncomfortable even being in silence where, um, I always had to be doing something. If it wasn't cleaning, then I would have to be, organizing something or doing something for work or being with my baby, or always something else to worry about, always something else to keep my mind occupied. And if there was ever a pocket of silence, I got so uncomfortable because there was a pain inside of me I didn't want to look at. And I don't want it to be something where I'm 25 years old and I see in the ways that I could take this pain and bring it with me all the way up to when I'm 50, 60, 70 years old. And I've seen it in my own family, older family members, seeing them die like bitter and resentful and with still so much baggage from the past. And I'm going to therapy, but I realize that no matter how much I try to go to other people for comfort or to try to quote unquote fix myself, nothing's ever going to change unless I make the decision to confront those demons inside of me. And those first two chapters in Job were so powerful to me because um like in the first chapter where God is talking to Satan, and Satan's basically saying, well, yeah, of course he's loyal, of course he's going to worship you with all that he has. And God blatantly tells him that, Satan has the power to take away those things, not necessarily his life, but to take away all of the comforts around him. And what do you do when you are no longer comfortable? um what does your character show in those moments? um and it really resonated with me because for a long time I kept asking myself, well, why did I go through the things I went through? Why do I have to suffer? Why is God making me go through all of this in life? And it was all woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, instead of understanding, like, wait a minute, why am I going through this right now? What is it that God's trying to make me focus on that I'm not paying attention to? And to what you were saying, Lyric, about us not being promised to that we aren't gonna suffer, go through pain. I was actually talking with my boyfriend about this today, about how a lot of women, I feel, are lied to and told that we should never feel uncomfortable. We should never you know have to stress about certain things. And when you look for a man, you're supposed to, he's gonna provide, he's gonna take care of all, like, of everything. You don't gotta worry about it. You just stay at home, you clean a little bit, cook a little, and then everything's good. And real life isn't like that. Real life is super uncomfortable. It makes you want to hide under your sheets and never come back out. And that's why I appreciate the village so much, because there's a lot of truth that's spoken. And even though it's hard to listen to sometimes, and it makes you really look at yourself, it's one of the best places that I can think of to spend a Friday night in. Um, so those are just my thoughts about the whole discussion.
Melafan, you're gonna be just fine. Hello, Joseph, too. Um, what you're experiencing right now at a young age, I truly understand it. And no, you don't want to take that into your later years. You don't. You don't. It took me a long time to learn, but no, God is not punishing us, We just live in life. And life is hard. Life is not easy. But you looking in that mirror, you're going to be just fine. And I'm going to pray for you, especially tonight, because you talked a whole lot tonight. You really did. I'm so proud of you. And I love you.
Thank
I
you
love
so much. Thank you, Beverly. I truly appreciate that. And like I love you too, and I love I'm so grateful to God to have gotten me here where I I feel so supported, and this feels like my church. This is my church, the village. This is the place I want to go and congregate and talk about God and talk about, these hard truths that sometimes you don't even talk about these things in your everyday life.
I think that, the Bible says that we are overcome by our testimony, and you know, uh, the lie of comfort is always put out there, of the type of comfort that we're looking for, because true comfort is only found in Him. It is. And I think, that's why I'm always, asking Him that He hide all of us under the shadow of His mighty wing, because that's where we're going to find, true peace. And, you know, I would never paint the picture that you're not going to continue to go through until you get it, because you are. You're here for a reason. And where you are right now, you're in that spot for a reason. Because you have to grow, and you're not going to be able to grow like when you said, I was looking for something to fill the quiet, because I didn't want to hear the quiet. Again, satiating that pain. Just busy, busy, busy. Let me be busy. Let me be busy. Let me be busy, because I don't want to face anything. But you have to face it, because it's gonna keep chasing you and chasing you and chasing you and chasing you. But the biggest thing that you have to remember is that He was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. He, Christ, we meet peace with Him. By His stripes we are healed. There's healing in pain, but you have to go through it. You have to feel it. If you run from it, you're not going to learn anything. Take that invite and fall on your knees. Meet Him there. We think that we have to send up these melodious prayers and quote every scripture in the Bible, and to speak to Him. And He's looking like, just talk to me. I can hear you. So like Mama Beverly said, you're definitely going to get through it. But stand in it. Because we boldly stand in everything else. If we want to tell somebody they hurt our feelings, we boldly stand in that. When we're ready to, tell our children they ain't acting right, we boldly stand in that. When we've had it with our bosses and we're ready to confront them, we boldly stand in that. But when He's trying to grow you, we don't boldly stand in that.
I just wanted to say,
Wow.
oh, sorry.
Oh no, no. I was just can't lie. Actually, her last point was just it summed up everything she said, and
Mm,
just I'm like sitting here thinking like, whoa, because I was just in the zone listening. I was like, huh, she's right about
Right
that.
about that.
Well, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was just I just kind of enjoyed that bit of silence after she said what she said. It was kind of like a mic drop moment. At least for me, it was.
no, definitely. It definitely was.
I thought everybody's mic just went dead. I was like, what? But yeah, that's all I had to say. Melephant.
I was just gonna say, because this morning, for the morning reading, Um, I just feel like sometimes these readings they hit at the right moment, and Bolo brought up a good point of how there's all these panels talking about men and women and relationships and what you deserve and what is a real man and what's a real woman and uh how to be a submissive wife and all these things, and yet like it's never a conversation about what's happening with the kids. And me coming from a broken home, I know from firsthand experience how much that leaves scars, and we're focused on the wrong things when in reality it's like our relationship with God is has to be the priority, has to be the most important one, and it tends to be the one that ends up, at least for me, being the relationship that I reject, that I run away from, that I hide in shame, thinking that it's better for me to hide my nakedness, to hide my flaws, and even the parts that I hate about myself. Um, when in reality, he's the first one that I need to go to, especially during my moments of pain. Especially during these low times that it's. I'm not gonna lie, like this year has been really really tough for me. And I have a daughter now, and it just pushes me to want to make a radical change in my life. You know, just want to say that.
God is positioning you right now. He is. The pain that you're going through is not defeat. You're going through so you could get stronger. He is positioning you. You have a lot coming to you in store for you. Blessings that are going to overrun in your life. Just hold on. Keep in Him and know that He loves you. He loves you. And it's hard. I can't say it's not hard. It really is hard, especially the pain. The pain is the hardest thing. And now you have your daughter, and you don't want her to feel pain either, or go through any of the things that you went through. So that makes things a little more complicated. And it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad. But know that you're not by yourself. God is right there. The Holy Spirit is right there. Jesus will never let you go. He died for you. And yes, counseling is always a good thing, but it takes time. It takes time. And don't be hard on yourself, you know, that hard. You know, you have to ease up just a little bit on yourself. It's nothing that you did wrong. It's just life that we're living. And life is hard. Life is complicated. It is. So know that you'll be okay. And yes, this is your family here. And I'm glad you feel that way because I feel that this is my family when I come here. I don't go to church anymore. I used to be tied up in church. I was at church 7 days a week doing all kind of stuff, ministering to children and everything. But a lot changed, and I learned a lot when I got hurt and when I got sick that God is always with me. He's always there for me to talk to run to his arms. They open. They open. In the darkest of hours, he hears and he will answer. He will answer and he provides. That's one thing. He provides and he multiplies. So don't feel, you know, it's not getting any better because it will get better and it will get easier. It's just that right now you're just going through because he has you in a position where he wants you to put him above everything, and it's going to be okay. It really is. I know it doesn't feel like it, but it will get better. It will.
Let me say this. And this ain't just to you, Melifant. I struggle and I wrestle too. So, this is being said for me. If Christ didn't let go in death, he damn sure ain't gonna let go in life. And again, it's not easy. Because the normal reaction to pain and these things are to let go and figure it out yourself and go to what you normally know. But what what you have normally known hasn't gotten you nowhere, hasn't gotten me nowhere. So we have to break out of our social norms and start to hold on to him. And again, it's not easy. It's not. But when you do, it's a glorifying thing because um, you are being shaped, and that's basically what it is. Um, Going through it by yourself in the aspect of you have to go through your pain by yourself, but going through it by yourself in the aspect of not having people around you that love you, not having people around you that will pour into you. It's a harder battle. It's a hard. Not saying that you can't do it, but it's so much of a harder battle. But this is the reason why we have the village, so that we don't have to do it by ourselves. But the most important takeaway from this, if anything, is that don't run away from it. Don't run away from the learning, the understanding that he is trying to give you. Because that seat is no joke. Nobody wants to sit in it. It's painful. It's lonely. It's hurting. But the Lord, he the only example that I can try and come up with is, when you lift weights, right? You apply trauma to your muscle. That's what you're doing. You're lifting weight. You're agitating. You're aggravating your muscle. You're tearing your muscle, and it hurts. But your muscle grows strong. It comes back, and it's able to do more than what it was able to do before. It's stronger, but it still goes through that pain. When you move it, you feel it, and that's what the Lord is doing with us, right? We're His muscles. In the aspect of going out there and being tenacious and being malleable in certain situations so that when we go out there to do our job, which is create disciples, that we are that image. We are that glory. Him. Everything points back to Him. Everything is Him. Everything is about Him. Everything is about our Lord. And when we look at Him as an example, like Lyric said, we look at Him as an example. He did not falter, fail, waver at all. And he left us that example. And we have to do our best because it is a selfish feeling. Believe me, I know. It's a selfish feeling. Say it to myself all the time. Hell, I've said it here in the village. It's a selfish feeling. Because when you look at the foundation of it, it's always I, me. And the example that the Lord left to death was always about you. It was never about him. To his death, his sacrifice was for you. So when we talk about, men and women not sacrificing or submitting to their, to the husbands, is because your sacrifice isn't towards her. To death. He literally loved us to death. Think about that. He loved us to death. How much more is he going to love us in life? When you have a king was willing to give his life for his people, it gets no better than that. When you have a king that identifies himself as your brother, as your father, as your husband, your wife, he is all to you. Whatever you need, he will become. Because he loves you. This is why these women don't sacrifice or don't submit to us, bro. That's why. Because the only answer to Christ-like sacrifice, Christ-like life, Christ-like patient, Christ-like love, Christ-like long-suffering, Christ-like stillness, the only answer to that is submission. There is no other answer to it. There is none. And us as men, and I'm speaking as a whole, us as men, we don't have that because the submission first comes to us submitting to Christ. And with that being said, we submit to our families, our wives, our children. Don't think it's about being king. It's about having power. That was the total opposite of what Christ was. He didn't come in his glory. He rode in on a damn donkey, man. Satan comes in glory. Satan comes in with his power. Christ comes in on mercy, love, grace, patience, long suffering. That's what he comes in on. So it's not easy, but
Glory. Right. Well, if Christ is as well known as he is, though he came in on a donkey, 2,000 years later, people still talk about him, read about him, speak his name. So is that not, in a way, some form of glorification of himself?
but go ahead, Lyric. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
The glorification of what he magnifies is not glory in earthly things, but glory in the spirit of love. That's the purpose. That's the magnification and the magnificence of Christ. Not that he came in power, although he displayed it. And he says, I lay my life down to take it. You're not taking my life down. I choose to lay my life down. If that's not a display in love, in sacrifice, in putting you first, not having done any sin, like Lyric said, he didn't die for him. He died for you, died for me. If that's not a display of power, of love and mercy, it's easy. Like when you asked me, a few weeks ago, would I have done what Christ did? My answer to you was hell no. I ain't doing that. I'm not. There's only one man that could have done that, and he did it. One man, because I'm not dying for y'all. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to go through what he went through willingly, knowing every second from the age of 12. You tell me I'm going to die at 48, at 56 on Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn. I'm going to do everything not to be there. He walked into it willingly. Think on that. Does Satan do that? No. Satan ain't there when you're going through your fire. When you read about Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, he was there in the fire with them. See, Satan closes the door behind you and leave you in there by yourself. Christ walks with you. And that's the difference. I'm sorry, Lurk. You can go ahead.
I was going to add to your other point as well. I want you guys to, sit and think about something and, bring it to your attention, because when we are in the book of Job, we wait for two parts. And, those two parts that we wait to hear is about, when God has that conversation with Satan. And then at the end of Job, when Job receives everything back. But the biggest thing that him having that conversation with Satan reveals is that God brought attention about Job to Satan. God brought attention to Satan regarding Job. Just one more time if you guys missed it. So God brought Job to Satan's attention. And the reason why I repeated that 3 times is because God's attention, if God brings attention about you to put you in the place of suffering, he's not ignoring you. He hasn't forgot about you. So when we turn to him and say, what did I do wrong? Why have you left me? God brought attention about Job to Satan. This means that God is attentive to you. Yes, he said, go. God knew that what Job was going to do in the midst of his pain. He knew where Job was going to meet him. He knew where he can find his servant. Listen, I'm going to let the flesh fall off his bones, and he's still going to love me. I'm going to let maggots come from any part of his body. He's still going to love me. He's going to be at the brink of losing his wife. All his kids are going to die. His friends are at the point where they're mocking him and saying, if you listen, I'm going to need you to repent right now. Like, stop taking us through this. Why are you even still praying? Have you repented with that prayer? You had to have done something. Meanwhile, God is like, I knew you. I knew you wouldn't curse my name. And we're going to see Job go in and out of places where we meet ourselves in. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this. We read it a couple of times. What did I do? Why was I born? Have I not been upright and righteous before you? Because he's in the place where he's like, why? What did I miss? But then he comes right back. It's almost like he's two different people, because then he comes right back and he gives him that praise. And he lifts him up and he's talking about the wondrouses and the beauty, because let me tell you guys, wisdom in God comes with a price. And if you don't meet your pain, if you don't meet him in the midst of your pain, you don't get that wisdom. Because the wisdom that the world can give you a plethora of knowledge that's not going to do anything but take you to hell. Okay, you can talk really good. Good job, you're a mathematician. Good job, you're a scientist and you broke codes that you never thought you was going to break codes with. But when God gives you a knowledge, when God has allowed Satan to have that attention on you, it's because he knows what you're going to do. He knows that you're going to cry a lot. He knows that you're going to get to the point where you're like, what? Why was I born? Don't miss the in-between of Job. Don't miss the in-between. You guys said you wanted knowledge, suffer through. Suffer through it. Stand in your pain.
With pain, lyric, like you were saying, comes growth, comes trust, comes faith in him. And that's what we need. We need that to make it through this life. So no, it's not that we did anything wrong. It's just that that pain makes us stronger.
Yeah, but he reveals in us what we thought we could never do, and at the same time reveals to us through him that he'll always be there. And in those times when you think you can't do it, he'll give you the strength to do it. And you know, Anthony said it best. When you make yourself willing, he'll make you able. But it comes in through that, you know, that thing that we call faith. That relationship. That relationship that he had with Job was established. Job was in the spirit. Job submitted. So, you know, we have to, you know, again, learning this book from the eyes of religion, it makes you focus on man and not focus on him, the creator. Job was able to get through that through submission to the Father, through his relationship with his husband, through him holding his hand and never letting go, through him tapping in, not tapping out, through him never letting go. Are there times when you're going to slip? Sure. But ultimately, never letting go. And the Lord shows you, you will get through it with me. And he tells you that. John 15:15, I am the vine, you are the root. With me, you could do all things. But without me, you are a branch that will burn.
I think it's a hard night and it's hard, you know, being here. But I just, you guys, even though we are in places in our life where there is suffering going on, and we find ourselves, you know, crying and worrying and just really not at peace within ourselves, really not at rest with ourselves. Tell him just that. Listen, Lord, right now I'm not okay. I don't feel the best. I don't understand right now where I'm going. But give me understanding. Give me discernment. Open up my ears that I may hear you. Open up my heart that I may trust you. We are so quick to put trust in everything else, and we want to build ourselves up with ourselves, and you can't do that. You have to build yourself up in him. Live under his grace. Understand that he has the power to move you where you need to be. Stop going where you want to go. That's why you keep getting hurt. That's why you keep coming back to the same place, because you're going where you want to go. Let him put you where he want to put you. Because then you'll find joy. Then you'll find understanding. Then you'll find wisdom. Live under his grace. Live under his grace. If you guys don't talk, I'm going to ask Bolo to rap. You gotta talk.
Oh no.
I'm trying to give Bolo voice a rest, so that's why I try to let us talk.
Listen, that ain't Bolo's voice. That's Bolo's spirit. That's his spirit. His spirit needs to come up.
There goes my daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this has left me to think quite a bit, and I'm tired of putting excuses as to why not come to God, and I noticed that especially when I'm feeling depressed and all this self-pity, it's so easy to make excuses, to not just sit down and open my Bible and connect with God. And I realized that I've been trying. I've been trying to do things on my own. I've been trying to do things my way, and it's just led me down a path towards destruction. And it really goes to show that we are lost without God, without a relationship with Him. And we're so egotistical, so prideful, that we truly think that, no, if I just try hard enough, like, I'll be able to do things in my own hands, in my own power. And we're living in a society that more and more condemns any form of relationship with God. It's considered to be wrong now. We're seeing how many churches and how many people are being attacked just for having a relationship with God, just for believing in God. And times aren't going to get easier. Things are getting more and more tough. We're going into a recession, and it's the time to stop wasting time and just dive head first. And that's what I'm trying to do, is just fully trust in God, and have the patience to just stop trying to do things my own way, and trying to think that, like, I can live without having a relationship with Him. I wanted to ask, because I was curious. I remember one of the morning readings. Bolo talked about how he wanted to do the morning readings at 4 a.m. I wanted to ask, like, what is the significance of coming to God, or like praying to God, in the early morning hours?
Well, the reason why, because things are not moving at that point, right? It's at a time where things are quiet, and you can focus on the Most High, and it's just you and He. When we finish at 7:30, 8 o'clock, things are moving. We're focusing on the world. We're focusing on trying to get whatever, if we're at work, trying to get work done. In the morning, it's just us and Him. We're not focused on anything else. We're listening to, we're coming to meditate, and to be in a prayer state of mind, and to communicate with our Father. So me personally, I'm up early. So the reason why I thought doing it early is because around that time, 6:30, we're getting close to everyone going to work, and we're coming out of that transition of being still into that transition into running around. So that was the only reason why.
And it is perfect time because that's the time that I've always found myself, going to him because everything is quiet. And that's why I didn't agree with doing it because I'm like, no, that's my time with him because I'm up talking to him mostly starting at like 3 and spilling over into 4. Then I get to writing, and then we get to the read. So I'm just like selfish. I'm like, no, I that's my alone time with him. But it is because things are still and peaceful, and it's a different peace within you. So it is a good time, but I'm selfish. If y'all are gonna meet at 4, I will not be there because I want him for myself.
And to add to what Lyric just said, Exodus 14:14 says, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only be still." When are we at our stillest? Is that a word? Stillest? If it isn't, it's one now. When are we at our most point in the day when we're still and cognizant of what's going on? You're not asleep. It's in the morning. You're getting yourself ready. You're preparing yourself. You're getting yourself ready for the world, for what life has out there, for you, and you're hoping that you're prepared enough for it, right? So, what better to do? What time better to do it than in the morning, not at the end of the day. The day is done. You're trying to get your mind right and get that strength and get that patience and clarity to prepare you for the world. So that's why.
Thank you for answering my question. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I do notice that like if I wake up a little later, it's like that's it. The day starts automatically. It's time to prepare my baby's bottle, and then after that you don't stop. You're just constantly doing things, and then it starts feeling like there's never a right time to have that moment alone without any distractions to just truly be still and just be with God's word. Um, I think that that's something I want to start doing is trying to wake up. I don't know about 4. I don't know about 4 a.m., but maybe 5. Waking up.
Well, you look at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the evening. The world is moving.
Yeah.
It's already moving, right? I'm in Manhattan when there's nobody in the streets, and it's a different world than when it hits 8 o'clock and all the dummies come out. So it's even just on a carnal note, it's a different world when it's early in the morning. There's nothing out there. The world hasn't started yet, air quotes. But at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, things are moving. You get in where you fit in, right? It's like that moving train. You jump on it and you move on. But early in the morning, you kind of can prepare yourself, right? You take your time, get ready. You do your meditation, and you're there with the Lord, and you're speaking, and you're watching the sun come up, and things are coming up. You're feeding your child or whatever it is that you do early in the morning, and then you finish it. How beautiful is it that we are together in the morning, and then we break to go to work or wherever we're gonna go in the village. We start the day together, meditating in the Lord, speaking to the Lord, reading his love letter, as Lyric says, to his wife, sacrificing and the things that he has done because we've been reading this book wrong. We've been understanding this book wrong. And then you get ready for your day. It gets no better than that.
Yeah, it changes the whole day. Like I noticed today I woke up pretty early. And so I got the chance to read the word. Um, I put on the live stream as it was going, and like the rest of the day, I just felt like this peace. Like I felt this, like even in the times when I'm starting to start feeling stressed or getting worried, um, I didn't feel alone. I didn't feel overwhelmed, and I felt like, you know what, at the end of the day, it, everything's gonna be okay. And it's a beautiful feeling to start your day off like that, not worried and stressed and like in a bad mood, and then I end up feeling guilty if I don't pray in the morning, and then um, start kind of being hard on myself. It was like, why didn't you do it? You see, like um, so yeah, like that
Well,
that's
look
a
at it
habit
from
I
this.
want to put.
Look at it
Huh?
from this perspective too, right? Look at it from this, because I tend to try and correlate it with with when we work. Whatever work you do, if you don't have the right tools to do it, it just makes your job that much harder because you don't have the right tools. So the Father, it kind of sets the tone for the day. He does set the tone for the day. He sets the attitude. He sets the thought process. He sets the calmness, the tone, the happiness. He sets the tone for the day. And you had that conversation, like Lyric says. You're talking to him. You're talking to him like you're talking to your friend. Lord, listen, it's hard in these streets, man. I just need, you talk to him. You have that conversation. You find out you're having this conversation throughout the day, and it sets the tone. And when you have the right tools, when you're at work, it just makes your day that much easier. So when you set the tone with the Father, and he is putting things into motion, it just makes your day that much easier. It gives you that strength because now you can refer back to what you just read, what you just went through, what you just heard, what you just bared witness to, what you just manifested in your spirit, what you just felt in the presence of the Lord with Job. So when you're going through what you're going through, these guys are examples. The Lord is pulling back the curtain and giving us that VIP look. When is the Lord ever in our life gonna, tell us about, heavenly meetings that they have? He ain't gonna come directly and tell you, hey, check this out, Bolo. I had a meeting with the other heads, you know what I'm saying? And we was chilling and we was talking about he ain't gonna do that. But he did that in that book. So we can get some clarity and understanding. I'm controlling all this. I got you. So when he reveals these things to you, he is in fact telling you, I got you. That wind that you feel behind you, that's me. That ain't you. Don't take away from me, because that's what this world wants you to do. That world wants you to think that it's just wind. That world wants you to think it's just a hunch. The world wants you to think it's just a gut feeling. No, that's God. That's who that is. That's your Father. That's the great I am. Give him his props. Give him his glory. Who did this? He did. I didn't do a damn thing. He did it all. Period. I was willing, and he made it able to happen. All you have to do is submit.
That would be, and he made it possible.
Huh?
I said that would be, and he made it possible,
Absolutely.
not able.
So we have no need to fight
I just want to
tonight.
ask one question. That's all I want to ask. I'm not gonna fight.
No, no,
Um,
no, no. I'm not saying that.
no,
We can
no,
close our eyes
right, no, but I want to
and
ask one
go to
question.
sleep and watch God provide.
Okay, Lyric, can you please come off mute, please?
Hmm.
Okay. Why didn't you when because you know that's Anthony saying, right?
I mean, is Anthony
Ask-
here right now?
I'm just asking a question. You do know that's Anthony saying, right?
Okay, but
Okay.
Anthony's not here.
I understand. There's a reason why I'm asking, but
All
I just
right.
make sure that we understand that that's Anthony saying, right?
Okay. Hmm.
Okay. Why? And you've heard him say it more than one time, right?
I don't recall.
I'm sorry?
I don't recall.
Wow. So you don't recall him saying that?
Mm-mm.
So you don't recall Anthony saying when you make yourself willing, he'll make you able?
Oh, he'll make you able. Yeah, but that's not what you said. That
That's
wasn't your sentence.
that's what I did say. Why? I did say that.
Mama Beverly said don't argue. So where are you going with this?
She nothing.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't mean to argue. I meant for Melephant. That was directed at Melephant. That tonight she can close her eyes. There's no more need to fight. Just watch God provide. He will provide everything you need. Multiply it, double it. He is your everything. He is your everything. We don't have to fight. We don't have to fight. He will provide. And I'm stealing something from Tamala Man.
I'll leave it alone. I won't start tonight.
I'm stealing something from Tamala Man, but I know you about to go into
No, I'm not.
your music.
I'm not.
You know I don't get
Thank
mad with you
God.
stand behind your music.
I'm not. I'm not. I didn't. What did you say, Lyric? I didn't hear you. What did you say?
What are you talking about?
I thought I heard you say something. Did you say anything?
I said thank God.
Thank God for what? Yeah, we thank God for everything. What are you thanking God for?
For you not wanting to go into your music.
Check it out. What you want? Sometimes you got to come off the dome. Let you know I'm always home. Never roam the streets, cause I like the beats. Understand that I have Jordans on my feet.
Okay, so if you never roam the streets, then how are you from the streets?
I don't roam the streets now. I never roamed the streets. I didn't tell you in which time I didn't roam the streets.
Fibber.
I'm sorry?
You're a fibber.
What are you talking about?
Exactly what I said. Your songs are dumb.
Okay. That's not what this says right here.
BCDC is sleepy. And he probably didn't hear the whole thing because his phone probably going in and out.
So you're saying that BCDC didn't hear? He didn't hear anything. Did you look in the background?
She said his phone going in and out.
Did you see what Melifan put in the back chat?
She's sleepy.
Oh, so everyone is sleepy.
Oh my goodness.
So anyone who likes this, when does that drop? That drops 2028.
He really doesn't want to know that ALR is just playing. No one's getting your mixtapes because they're dumb.
Okay. The mixtapes are going to be classics.
Okay.
Classics.
We know, son. We know. We know.
Check it out. Mixtapes is coming near you. Go out there and cop it too. Cop 3, cop 4, cop 6, cop 10. Because I'm coming again. That one is coming out 3000 BC.
I need a signed copy.
I got you.
So it's coming out before Christ?
Come on.
Yeah, you heard that, I lyric.
You heard that. Come on now.
Okay.
Let's not even go into the deepness and the breakdown of it.
There's no deepness to it.
Where
is your manager? Is she asleep? She should
I
not
think so.
You see what the people wrote? Look what the people wrote.
They're sleepy.
So so everyone's asleep.
They're tired. They're sleepy.
You know,
Listen.
that's like when we were younger.
Oh my goodness.
We'd say Tussin was the answer for everything. Someone get a burn, put some Robitussin on it. You know, so sleepy ain't the answer to everything, man.
That's why
About to
Joseph
make a
cried.
song
He
about
probably
that.
fell asleep.
Now Joseph, right now, what Joseph is doing is he's
Taking a picture.
that picture that Joseph had. That's straight old school 1986.
That's New Jack City.
Look at that picture, son. Come on, kid. That picture right there. This is what you need to hear when you hear that. We're gonna get flagged for this, but we're gonna get flagged. But this is what you hear. We are definitely gonna get flagged for this. This is what you're going to hear. Let me give the intro to it. Hold on. Let me take you out of the solo. Move.
Oh my God.
Here we go. So, introducing. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to pause this before it comes up. Okay. Hold on. Here we go. Coming from the streets of New York City, we have a young man who's new to the scene. And this is his first single, and we're putting it out. And his name is Joseph.
TikTok, get 'em. Stop to the 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 TikTok.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, he don't look like he's about to sing.
In a way.
Come on, son. Come on now. He looked like he's about to sing that. Ain't that? That's a good picture. It's a real good picture.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know who painted that brick, but that's a good picture.
Oh, that's downtown Detroit.
Joseph, are you single? Are you single still?
Them background fly, son.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
It was
that
nice. That's why
picture
we
gonna
took it.
get you a wife.
Them backgrounds is fliggity fly, my G.
Thank you.
Come on now. Come on
That
now.
was a fun day. It's shooting pictures, believe it or not. I mean, it sounds like really airheadish. Like you hear models complaining, "Oh, it's so hard." Actually, it's hard work. Standing still, like unnatural positions to get the right look or the right. Like a lot of that is not natural, but it's made you have to work hard to make it look natural. So you stand there for 10 seconds and you're like freeze framing yourself. And then, okay, next frame. Okay, next frame. It's like you're moving and stop animation, something like that. It's weird. You ever seen those stop animation cartoons where it's like that clay animation? That's what it feels.
That's hard. The way they do that, a lot of people don't actually see, like they stop and clip a picture. Stop, clip a picture. Stop. That thing is too long, man. That thing is too long.
They still do it that way. They still do it that way, even though they got cameras where they can do frame by frame. Because it's like directing. The person behind the camera is directing you. And, you know, a handful of pictures could take literally an entire day if anything comes out of it. It's a lot. It's just a lot to it. People just think, oh, you just stand and take pictures. It's not something I would do for career. I've been told I should do it. I'm like, no.
There's got to be a way we can.
The people want to know, is that a Gucci shirt that you?
You know what? No, I don't wear any name brand anything. It's just that the clothes I wear, which is my entire wardrobe, is all. It looks like it could be name brand.
Is it leopard print?
That's leopard
print. It
print.
is.
You probably found that from a pimp. Come on, baby. That's a pimp shirt.
Iceberg Slim.
Word, the pimp said, all right, baby, you can hold this shit.
Iceberg Slim. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. That was my mindset when I got the shirt.
pimp.
I
And you
got
got
there. I
the
was
chain,
like,
you got the chain real, real tight.
Oh
to your neck,
no.
you know what I'm saying? And you look about 13 right here too.
And the first button's unbuttoned.
Now
I
he got
think
4 buttons unbuttoned. Money.
I mean, you guys are actually getting this is weird. Y'all getting like a lot of information from not
He
even the
did
whole
four,
photo,
he did
but it's
4
like it's
he did 4 push-ups before that thing and held it. That was the last push-up. So he could be buff so he could take that picture. And he said, yo, make sure you don't take nothing else below this, right
I
next.
think he had pants on with his ankles showing and some real nice shoes.
crazy. Where are y'all getting this?
We sorry, Joseph.
I mean, maybe I'm probably like on Instagram. Y'all might. I don't know. I don't know how y'all get this information.
You think, yo, we found you? Yeah, he's like, how'd you
I'm not
find this?
pimp. That was true. And then Lyric said that I probably got like a button unbuttoned from taking the photo. That's true. I mean, like it's like I don't know how y'all getting this.
You probably got on some bracelets too. Come on, man.
That's crazy. Well, I
Well,
guess
it's not bracelets. It's what men
I'm
wear.
listening to the village.
Come
Look
on.
What men wear? They wear
I'll show you the
Look
picture.
at this
I'll
picture,
show you.
Khalil.
This is how
Do
he
you
was.
think this is a good picture?
No, I'm gonna show you him right now. This is how he was dressed
you can go to
that
my
day.
Instagram. if you want to.
No, we don't need to go to your Instagram. I'm gonna pull it up right now for you, my G, so that the people can understand what you. We can't
Because
see the whole picture, but we're gonna look at the whole picture right now. Here's the whole picture. This is what you had on that day.
Let's look through somebody else watch.
You had this on that whole day. Here we go. You had this on right here. What you was wearing with my man, Michael Bivins. This one. You just had the shirt open. This one right here, you just had the shirt. You probably had on green pants or something. But you was,
no, his
In this
pants. I think his pants was more fitted with his ankles showing.
oh, you should get ankles, and you probably had on like light brown shoes.
Bro.
Man, yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Y'all.
Stacey Adams.
Well, nah, brother, we're not taking away from you, man. That was the style. But the crazy thing is, you wasn't born in the 90s.
Y'all
But you
never
have a
had
90s spirit. You have a 90s spirit. It's all good.
Is it 90s?
Yeah, brother. That was Belle Biv DeVoe. That's 90s.
Listen, my daughter is 16. She said it's 90s, late 80s.
I never heard that before from anybody who's
Yeah,
ever.
about that. You're right, Lyric.
Yeah,
Come on,
because I just asked her. I said, "Do you like this
This
picture?"
right here, bro.
When
Yeah,
Joseph's picture was up.
You had your shirt open right here. You had your shirt open to about where he has his shirt open. His right. You had it open to, like bottom of your stomachs.
That's true. Actually,
you say the
was-
bottom of your stomach.
the
You
whole
had it
shirt
open
was,
to the bottom.
it wasn't just a portion. The whole shirt.
Goodness.
You had the whole
Crazy.
shirt open. We just see a little piece, and then you had to, you had to cock your neck a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like what you talking about, son? You know what you talking about? Will? You know what I'm saying? You looking straight. You know what I'm saying? You're looking, you know what I'm saying? And you just got a cut. You just got a cut that day. You know what I'm saying?
That
So you
looks real nice.
just got a cut, got your beard done, and they probably said something to you serious, like, yo, dude, this picture right here, take this background. And we were gonna do, we gonna crop it out.
I hadn't told nobody upon taking that shoot. And
Come on, son.
It's a common issue I deal with. With, I mean, guys. I thought it was just me, but in doing the shoot, I realized after the shoot that I should probably stick with female photographers, even though I know I'm going to have issues.
That was a male photographer?
It was a male photographer. I guess I've never done it before. I don't know the industry like that. I
Okay.
learned a lot about how the industry gets down. Just
No, but
from
why
taking-
you say that? Why you drop, dude? Why?
Guys, I think you can kind of infer as to what I'm trying to say. But I'm
I
Okay.
get what you're saying.
I see what you're saying. He tried to
He
give
was
you the couch. The industry. That's what Duke tried to give you the couch, my G. He thought that you were one of those broke people trying to make it in the industry. He said, "You really want to make it?"
I'm
But
like,
he
dude,
had
I
to
got.
put that deep
I
voice.
don't need this. I don't need this. You need me.
Word,
I can't.
word.
But it was just odd. It was odd. It's not like I said, it's not the first time, but it was probably the most. The dude was okay. He's taking photos and he's like fumbling with the camera. He's having a hard time. I'm like, dude, I got things to do. Come on, you got to take. He's just like can't get the okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up the flash. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to. The aperture was off. Let me adjust. He could because every time he looked through the viewfinder, he was just like.
Oops, I heard the soap drop in the bathroom.
Oh my
Money
goodness.
It's
probably
funny to
tried to
talk
come
about
behind
now,
you
but
and say,
I'm
"Let me
not. It
put
was
you in
not
this."
funny at the
He
time.
probably
I
tried
was
to come behind you and say, "Let me put you in this pose." You gotta say, "Yo, my G, stay the hell away from me. I'm gonna stand in front of this brick, this building. Click the button, G."
But why did he give you that background that keep making me think of the Jackson 5?
Word.
huh.
Look at that
Maybe
background.
yeah, it's
You
nice.
could have been
Remember
in a
when
new
they used to have that colorful background with the Jackson 5?
Yeah.
Well, that was a long time ago, Joseph. You don't know nothing about it.
No, I'm seeing just like photos and some video of it. I mean,
Yeah,
just like
he gave you the Jackson 5 background.
that might have been the reason why he did it because the way I
How old was
dressed.
he?
How old was he?
Yeah, was he an older guy?
Uh, early 40s.
How old were you?
2 years ago, so 31.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's blowing my mind. I'm thinking like y'all got photos of me somehow, but that can't be it because I haven't shown any other photos. But you guys are
That shirt
inferring.
is hella fine though. You gotta take a when you wear a shirt like that, you gotta take a pose in a picture like that. You can't take a regular picture wearing a pimp shirt. You don't do that wearing a pimp shirt.
Hold on,
That's not right, son.
I'm
It's
about
not
to
right.
show you it's all right. Cause Lyric, she got it on point. You got it on point. You about to see the full photo.
Superfly.
And then you got the other picture with the pole in front of you, like the Prince picture.
Hold on 1 second.
There you go.
The Prince picture.
I'm gonna get the song for you too. As soon as you bring up the Prince picture, I'm gonna tell you what song goes with that picture. We
Big,
definitely we
Big
gonna get
Rick,
flagged.
wait,
Yes, indeed.
wait, you guys read the comments. Big Rick said,
He said, look, the photographer said,
That is
"You want me to add this to the
You know
screen?"
what I'm saying? Looks like a McDonald's
Wow.
background.
There
I
you
don't
go.
want him to still have those
Nah,
pictures
here
of
we
you.
go. Look at my man G. Look at him.
photographer still. He does.
We put you in solo, B. This is the song. Come on, son. Come on now. Come on now. This is definitely put the other picture up. So I told you did 8 push-ups and he's
Yeah,
holding on to it. I told you.
fasted for like 48 hours. Man, I hated that part.
I'm telling you. Where's the Prince picture? Put the Prince picture up.
Oh, this one right here, I think this is the one. All right, yeah. Yeah,
Come
y'all
on,
was on.
son. Yeah, that you know who took that was a dude that took those pictures. You can tell. That wasn't no chick. Yeah, that dude. Yeah. What Rick said, he still got the pictures, kid.
DC, you
He
right.
still got
He
the
has Stacey Adams on. I know it.
he still got the pictures, son. That dude that took them flicks. Let me ask you a question. When he
That's
took
up.
those pictures of you,
He blew those
Where-
up. Those are posters on his
there you go. There you go. Bring that picture up, son. Bring that picture up. Let's listen to the music. Bring that
Oh,
picture up.
yeah. Look at the Prince picture.
No. That's Big Daddy Kane right there, son. The other
With
one,
the
right
eye
there,
covered.
eye covered. Come on, son. That's
Oh,
Wild
that
MC.
was like 4
That one
years
right
ago.
there.
Prince.
There you go. Now, hold on. I'm getting the Prince. This is what comes up, and this is his new video. I want y'all to hear his new single. Come on, son. We gotta go through all this. I'm sorry. I want to talk.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
What? That's the album cover, son. This is Joseph's record. Everybody listen to it. Joseph!
Why does that sound familiar? What's the name of that song?
Let's go crazy.
Let's go crazy by Prince. Come on now.
But
That right
okay,
there.
I
That
know
would have
the
been the album cover. If Prince couldn't have made the photo shoot, they would have put that right there, that picture in the front. Why would Prince scream like that? Ow!
That's incredible what he did. It will never be no one like
I told
him
you,
ever.
Duke got those pictures. But in fact, he probably stared at their pictures last night.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
perfect.
The photographer, he looked at those pictures last night, brother.
So,
He said, I
Dude.
wonder what happened to that dude, son. And he pulled that picture up. He
What
pulled
you
it up.
trying to say, son? He looking for Joseph.
No, he don't need to find Joseph. He got what do they call it? Lyric when the predators they take something. What is it called?
Oh, I thought you was talking about he got the negative copies of the pictures, but he has the
What is it? Something when they take some to remember. What do they call it?
It's falling now in my head. It's a
It's a certain word that they use, and he got it. Damn.
No.
A trophy.
Yeah, trophy.
He got plenty of trophies.
He got plenty of trophies and negatives.
What? This right here, this the Johnny. Yo, bring up that one with the black shirt. That's the Johnny Gill, son.
Oh.
Bring that one. That's the Johnny Gill shirt.
Oh yeah.
You stay with your shirt open.
They're good pictures, though. They're really good pictures.
Yeah, that's the Johnny Gill. You know, my with you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is actually, I think this is what I wore.
Let me ask you a question. Did you change in front of the dude?
No, but you know
Oh.
what?
You know that dude got. You know he got cameras in where you were changing.
Some things I can't show, but don't scroll too far. I mean, because it's not X-ray. It's just
No, don't go too far. Yeah. I think we're going too far now with the music. You want them dudes to come to my house and break my face.
Big Rick said, Big Rick said those pictures are his screens.
Yo, Brian said it's a memento.
How did we get here?
He said, bruh.
Oh,
And
well done.
the photographer wanted the couch. Word, son. But thank the Lord that he didn't touch you. You know what I'm saying? You were privy enough to know. But you know he got pictures of you changing. Did he direct you to a certain place to change?
that's something I hadn't even thought about.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Like, I'm serious. Like,
Did he ask you, did you want to get in the shower? Because
Nah, that's too
Oh, Derek,
He's
you
31
did
years
have
old.
to go there.
So what you got to ask him is this: do you get
Answer.
phone calls like once in a while when somebody's breathing?
what you say?
Do you get phone calls once in a while of you just breathing? Or hearing someone breathe?
somebody just breathing on the other, he misses you.
And then they hung
You-
up
you-
on. And then they hung up.
Yeah, do you hear this? Do you hear that? Don't let no dude make you open up your shirt. Phone buttons down, take a picture.
No, I
Anybody
did
that do that now,
So I did that.
anybody that do that to you now, you know, you know how they say it in Creole? He's a predator. Anybody that do it, he's a predator, man. Don't let them do that, dog. Straight up.
He's the
Rick
least
said, Rick said, "We love you, brother." And when he said it, he has it as a screen saver. And you know which one he has as a screensaver? The Prince picture. The Prince
No, it's
picture he has as a screensaver.
That Prince picture is nice.
It won't be.
What happened?
I said if you had any photo of mine that's a screensaver, it definitely wouldn't be this one. It'll probably be one or more.
No, not gonna be that one. That one right there, you look too young. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be scruffy. You look too clean there. See that Prince picture, you look like you just climbed out of a sewer. They want you dirty a little bit.
Okay.
In his mind, when he plays it back, he wants it dirty. You got the pipe. You know what I'm saying? You in a backdrop of an abandoned building. You know what I'm saying? And he walked in.
Love you more, Brian. Good night. Thanks for coming
Brian
by.
out. Good night, my G. Good night,
Good
Brian.
night,
Man.
Brian.
Yeah, son. Brian said it's a memento.
Crazy. Everything
Oh
y'all
my
saying, I
God,
be
son.
myself out loud. I be laughing at it myself. I'm not. I don't
Joseph,
think.
next
I don't
time
look at
let a
myself as
female
anything.
take your pictures.
Yeah, but see, that's also I have done that. That's also a different kind of problem. It's all the same problem, male or female. It's like, but
How
at
about
least with
brother?
women,
How about
Well,
you taking your pictures?
if I
No,
was you, I'd rather a female.
yeah, me too. But
just take
I
your own
didn't know.
pictures, my G.
I didn't know when I
Because
went
if
into it. I just
she called breathing on the phone at night, at least you'll know that's a woman now.
So see, you lucky you went and took those pictures when you were 31 and not 21. If you'd have took those pictures at 21, that dude
well,
would have
actually,
told you,
besides at 21, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
nah. But I'm saying in age, I'm saying in mentality. So you knew something was wrong.
Yeah. That's true.
When you're 21, he's gonna say, no. Let me just, move you this way. Let me position you. And you're gonna say, well, position me from the
Yeah.
front. Why are you behind me for, my G? Why you gotta position me from behind? Why can't you just tell me what to do? I'm a grown ass man. I'm not a child.
Why do
And
you
then he
keep
gonna tell
kissing
you,
my cheek? I don't want
let me
this
show you
ice
how to
cream.
take this snapshot. I'm going to pose with you.
Let me hold you. Let me hold you ever so gently and
What?
show you
Why do I have to
feeling,
spend the night? We
feeling
can't
that
take
we're
all the
supposed to be
pictures
having.
now. I don't think I should be here.
I have to take a nap.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna hold you ever so gently just to show you what we're going for. Come on, come close. You're like, no, I'm telling you, come a little closer. Why are you touching me like that? Shh, be quiet. Let it happen. Let it
Did you just lick my ear? Is this
Yeah.
supposed to happen?
Now he's blown in the air.
Yeah, why is it wet in this spot
That's
right
what
here?
Why
What
you
is
blowing my
this?
ear for? No.
Why does this juice smell funny? I don't want to drink it no more.
Brother, let's take a sip. When he said, Luke said at
This is
21,
not orange juice.
brother, this is joy juice. Not orange juice, joy juice. Why don't it have a wrapper around it, my man? Just take a sip of this. It's gonna make you feel good.
Yeah.
And this has been certified because Michael Jackson used it. We got it from the same dude. Joy juice. Just drink this.
Oh man, I'm getting abs right now, man.
Why do you keep playing soft music?
Why you playing, dude? We grown ass men with beards. Why are you playing Babyface for, my G? Why is Baby? This is the music Duke gonna be playing in the background, son.
With Kenny G in the background, huh? He tried to play some
Yeah.
music.
Oh,
That's a problem.
I told him
It's a
turn off the
problem.
music. I was like, dude, why you playing music? I was like, because we was in his apartment.
no, he gonna have Teddy Pendergrass
That
in the
was in
background.
his apartment.
Turn
I
off
thought
the light.
I thought you said you was outside.
Yeah,
Vote.
what happens? I'm using it.
So that photo with the black shirt, that's me inside the studio.
You had on that tight Johnny Gill baby
Did
face
you
shirt.
hear a whole bunch of locks turn when you walked toward them?
Oh yeah. You walked in. Duke told you it's gonna be a whole bunch of people. A whole bunch of people. You walking is just him. You said, "Hey, what happened to these people?" Don't worry about it, man. We ain't,
Look, now turn off the lights and light a candle.
they had things to do, but don't worry about it. Just you and me. Don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of it.
It's so funny to me because I was there and it was like a lot of what y'all saying is actually true. What happened was just, it was like weird, dude. It was
This
weird.
is what Duke had playing in the background.
Big Rick said he was
That's it.
playing the Quiet Storm.
You came in, Duke said, come inside. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Joseph, we're gonna take some things. I'm home with my desk. We're gonna take some things. Just you and I. We're gonna set the mood right. Let me show you how I want to do it. Drink this joy juice. It's so fun. No, it's joy juice. Today we're gonna have a good time. Yeah. Bend over a little further. Yeah, take that picture. I'm glad you made it out, Joseph. We're glad you made it out.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
If
are
I was
safely.
you, if I seen that
Safely.
dude, I slap him, son.
Now, look, actually, because I'm used to it, I'm used to men and women doing that. I didn't even tell y'all the story about the time when I was in California, my first day in California. I might not even. It's crazy. It's wilder than a lot of what y'all saying was true. I'm laughing because it's true. Like
You laughing?
I
Listen,
look
we're
back
not laughing at your trauma, brother, because we
no,
here in the village, we don't laugh at people's trauma.
it's hilarious.
We try
You
to help.
healing yourself right
Money,
now.
Money said.
I
So what
look at
happened in Cali, son? It was a dude.
so so this is what happened. It's a really short story, man. I got to California. I'm excited to get to San Diego for the first time because I never been in California. It's like just miraculous. You go from the desert because I drove into California, taking Route 66. So at first I didn't know what to expect, and I saw nothing but desert at first going into California. I was like, this is it's like California is nothing but desert. I finally get to San Diego. Boom, I'm there. Instantly takes my breath away. I'm like, okay, I'm already in love with this city, just the vibe and energy. So for me to celebrate having traveled 4 days alone by myself in this big old box truck, moving this old lady stuff, I get there and I decide to drop the truck off at her place. She lets me stay at her place. The lady who I helped move there. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go get myself a drink. Down the street, I saw this really cool place I want to go to. It's called the Basement Burger Bar. And she said, okay, okay, well, I'll see you later. I said, okay, cool. So I get to the Basement Burger Bar, and it's like a rainforest themed atmosphere, and it's just like really nice. It's different than anything I've ever seen in Detroit. So I go to the bar, have a seat, order myself my hard cider, which is what I like to drink. And I'm just having this random conversation with this dude behind the bar. Now I'm thinking that this man is a bartender. And we just having this conversation, going back and forth. We vibing. It's just nothing but good energy, nothing but love. And then it turned, come to find out that the dude, unbeknownst to me, was a customer. I mean, not a customer, but the owner of the bar. I was like, oh, where are you the owner? He's like, yeah, I'm the owner. I run this place. Oh, I do I run this whole show. This is my thing. I've been doing this for a couple of years. Da da da. So, people start leaving the place. This place is starting to close up. He's like, well, I own the bar, so we can stay open as long as. So I'm naive. I'm thinking like, okay, that's dope. I'm like, okay, because like I want to finish this drink. I still haven't finished my food. And there's like one person after another kept leaving the bar and kept leaving the whole establishment. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, well, did you want to, smoke a little something? I was like, yeah, sure.
Or
I want to. I don't smoke often, that green stuff, but I wanted to celebrate because I felt like I deserved it. So I took a bump on the offer. In hindsight, of course, it wasn't very smart because it could have been laced with anything, but my gut told me it was going to be all right. So instantly, I had my first hit of California stuff compared to Detroit stuff, and I was taken out in the first hit. I said, that's it for me. This dude was looking at me, and he was hoping I would continue to smoke and stuff. I'm like, what's going on here? Right. So I start getting a little disorientated. I start looking around. I start looking at him. Things start getting a little fuzzy. I'm like, this is not some marijuana I've ever had tried before in my life. So I'm done here. He was so disappointed. He's like, oh, you got to try more, try more. It's like, nah, I'm good. I got to make sure my wits about myself because I got to drive back home. So get back in. I get back inside the vehicle that I was traveling in to get to the bar, and I realized that my phone is dead. I don't know my way around California. I don't know anything by heart. I just got there. So I need my phone to work in order to get back to where I need to be. I don't have it by heart yet. So I'm thinking like, damn, I got to go back inside this place. And I know this dude probably want to try something. And he also got his employees there. I don't know if they'll probably be in on it, but I got to go back in there to get my phone charged just long enough so I can have enough juice to get back home. So I go back and say, knock on the door. Hey, look, man, I gotta charge his phone up. So he starts running through all these different power charging cords. None of them could fit my phone. The last one that he had was the only one that would fit. He's like, oh, it's your lucky day, with this big old grin on his smile on his face like the Cheshire Cat. I was like, yeah, my lucky day, right? Sure. All right. I'm still really, really high at this point. And so he's just charging up the phone. We're just having this weird, awkward conversation. My eyes is just fixated on his eyes so I can try to get a read on him to make sure that there's no one behind me, that there's no one beside of me. So I'm just hyper aware of my surroundings. And I'm thinking, okay, if this dude want to try something, it won't just be him. He'll probably try to get him and his guys with him to help. I don't know. So I'm just stay focused on him, stay focused on him. And then I'm like, okay, 10 minutes. I look at my battery. Okay, 10%. I think I can rock with that. You sure you don't want to fully charge it? No, I'm good, man. I'm good. You to get it fully charged at all. I jumped back in the car and I shouldn't have been driving in the first place. I was still a little inebriated. And I just make my way on back on home. So that was, that was more
You was
wild
on
than
a date and didn't know.
I didn't even know.
He was dating you. He took you on a date. You ain't know. He used the owner thing. You know what dudes do with chicks. You know what dudes do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Son, I own this. You know what I mean? Stay behind, kid. You know, this is my joint. You know what I mean?
Hop in the passenger seat. I know you like
Word. You know what I'm saying? Just puff on this. Drink some of this little joy juice. You know what I'm saying? You have too many close encounters, my G. Stop going to these places late at night.
But it's the women too, though. Those are whole different stories. They have their own ulterior motives. I mean, it's just like I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I just be minding my own business, dude. I don't be trying.
Now you don't mind your business. We looking at them damn pictures. You wasn't minding your business. You walked in. It wasn't. You ain't gonna go to the police and say, "I don't know how this happened." They're gonna say, "Duke, you take these pictures, baby. What you talking about?" But I'm glad you made it out safe and sound, brain intact.
These guys. So I'm pretty fit dude. So if I am in a situation like that, I am aware enough to be like, okay, I can take them on. Like, and that I look at them and they know, and I know I can kill you. I'm from Detroit. Don't let the clothes fool you, buddy.
All right. Don't let the shirt open for buttons fool you.
Twice as strong as you are. I'm 6'2", dude. I can take you on. You want to go? We can go. And I always give them that look, and then they back off. So that's how I have to do with the.
You don't be going them dudes to take pictures. You don't need to do that no more. You got an iPhone, right?
iPhone.
Them iPhones take some nice pictures, man. I don't like Apple, but them iPhones be taking some nice pictures. You don't even need a person. All you need is a little ring light and just say cheese, and the damn thing will hear you and take a picture.
No, I don't really.
Yeah,
care
I know the Samsung does that. Huh?
I don't like it. I don't take many pictures, bro. What you see is probably, like I said, that was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you don't do it no more. So
it's not that I don't do it. I just care to. Yeah, it's just not my, I don't know. It's not my thing. It's never been my thing, dude. I don't, you should do it. I'm like, no, it's not me. I tried it because this girl, she kept pressuring me to do it at church. It was a church girl.
They use chicks sometimes to lure them, right? So be careful.
To lure men, yeah.
Hell yeah, man. You don't see, you'd be surprised, bro. You'd be surprised what type of deals or what type of connections and all these different things and how they set it up.
That's a
You'd
good
be
point.
surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Other
Other chicks, other girls will lure other girls for trafficking. I don't know how we got here, but we're here. They'll use other girls for trafficking. But you don't know what that situation. You don't know what they're getting paid. You don't know. You don't know what the situation is.
That's true.
So you got to be careful. Now, this ain't for you, but for young people that are listening, you got to be careful of the places you go and the people you go with.
Especially women. Now, me as a
Yeah.
man, now physically I can handle myself, so I'm that bold because I'm physically on par or stronger than the man that I encounter who try to pull those stunts. Like me being in that man's apartment, I just I would never ever if I was bringing my young female cousin because I was gonna have her do some modeling shoots, I would not let her just be there in his place alone.
Yeah,
I
but
just
you got to
couldn't do it.
understand something though, Joseph, that these cats, they have plans for people that are big, small. They got contingencies for things like that.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't think that, these dudes, you're there first. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing this for a minute. So cats that come in there that is brolic or whatever, they got a contingency for you too. That's the one thing about man, our pride. Our
Yeah.
pride is what gets us in trouble. You know what I'm saying? When you feel something off, it's off. Leave. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. You don't always have to run through that brick wall. We're taught with this, masculinity that we have to stand firm and such and such. Yeah, there are going to be plenty of times for that. But there's also times for you to say, you know what? This ain't the fight that I want to fight right now. I'm in an environment that I'm not familiar with. I'm outnumbered. I'm in this dude's or this chick's house. I don't know what's going on. Let me just take my L and break the hell out, and this will be a good story 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be prideful. And as a young man, a lot of the times we tend to stay on that.
Hmm.
Now I'll beat everybody up. Okay. There's a lot of cats that took that route and are not here to talk about it. So don't be ashamed if you're like, you know what, B, let me just bounce. Thank the Lord that you were in the right mind frame to understand the positions that you were in. A lot of the times, these young men and young girls, they don't know. These cats are not new. These cats have been doing it for a long time, so they know what to say. They know how to make you feel comfortable. They know what juice to give you. They know what to let you smoke. Because right now, smoking is a thing to do. They're legalizing weed. They're doing all this stuff. So smoking is the thing to do. So they know that these youngins, they want to smoke or they are thinking about trying to smoke. So you know what they do? They lure you. Everybody wants to be an Instagram model. No one wants to take the long route to get things done. Nobody. Everyone wants that get rich quick scheme. You see these chicks, they call themselves models because they're on Instagram.
No,
Okay. Back in the
no.
days, you needed to get signed by one of these modeling agencies,
Yeah,
and
to
that's
make
what
money.
constituted you as a model. Now, you have an iPhone, you a model. You a model now. You know what I'm saying? You take a few pictures and do them the duck lips or whatever the nonsense they call it. You a model now. And these dudes, they pander to that. They pander to that. They don't pander. They know that a lot of these young women and young men don't have parents or their parents are out doing whatever. Dogs, it's hard out here, bro. That trafficking is real. It's real. Every time I'm in Walmart, I see kids
Mm.
missing. And the one thing that goes through my mind when I talk to my daughter when we're in Walmart or something like that is those children, if old enough, they realize what's going on. When that
Mm.
dude says, take this bus and come through, we'll do such and such, or whatever he says, when they make that left turn, you feel this ain't going to turn out right.
Mm.
You know it. And they're never found again. So, please, young ladies and young men, be aware. Be aware.
Rick got a point. He said the bar owner knew you went from the. See, when we was having this conversation again, it's like I don't want to say benefit of the doubt, but me, I look back on it. I was giving him information to infer that "Oh, you new here?" I remember that. To me,
Mm,
I was like, "Yeah, I'm just like, no, I'm just visiting." But that was the truth. Like, I'm not thinking like defensive mode,
right.
100% unless I have to be, which I had to be once I realized I was in a
What it was. But see,
situation
here's the thing that's so crazy. Look how long it took you to get into that zone when he was already in predator mode.
already there. Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
crazy.
He's already there. And
The
it took
smile
you a few
faces.
hours to get there, right?
Yeah,
So, you
yeah.
know, it's crazy. These cats, they as soon as you walk in, they're already in that zone. As soon as you walk in, they're on it. So
That's crazy to me.
it is, brother. When again, life is meant to be lived forward but understood backward. It's not until you go through something, typically after you're done with it, when you look back, you go, damn, I was bugging. This dude could have, did whatever, or this chick could have did whatever. I could have got such and such. When I was young, I thought that I could beat the whole world down. Then when you get old and you start, because you know how they say, youth is wasted on the young.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because the young, when and I think we all go through this. We don't appreciate life because when you're young, you think that you could do anything. You don't understand that death is around the corner for you the same way it's for a dude that's 88. Once your name is called, your name is called. We assume that when we're young, we're going to live to be old. We assume that. That's the assumption. That's what's given to us. So that we, as young men and young women, we put ourselves in compromising situations that normally when we grow up, we sit there and go, I would have never done that. Now
hmm
that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thought process that we need to put these youngins in because a lot of them are being trafficked. A lot of them are being kidnapped. A lot of them are being taken for their organs. And there's so much wickedness to this world. So evil, bro. Evil. That you wouldn't understand. And you sit there and say, how can these guys be like that? Because they deal with Satan.
Yeah, some people they just can't. They just get beside themselves. It's no different than a man who really, really, really wants a particular woman that he has his eyes set on, and he has to have her by any means necessary. And it's just I don't. That to me, it doesn't process in my brain quite like that. Like if I'm talking to a woman, she's not interested, I move on. In fact, I don't even I don't even talk to them anymore. They talk to me. So it's like it's so much easier that way. But a lot of these guys is like if they just played it cool, they could find themselves a dude. It won't be me, but they can find themselves somebody who would be receptive. It'd be a lot easier for you than me beating your ass because you want to try something. That's something I don't want to have to do. But yeah, I get it. You're right about pride and all these other different things. So yeah, I learn from it. I look back and reflect. I'm like, huh. And a lot of it is harmless. So I don't want to go that far and say a lot of these people have ulterior motives. A lot of people, most people do when it comes to any sort of conversation or interaction with another human being. If I'm sitting at a bar with a young lady and I want to buy her a drink, it's probably not just because I want to buy her just a drink. It's probably because in the back of my mind, secretly, I'm hoping maybe she's interested in me in that way, or
Well,
vice
look at it,
versa.
nowadays, brother, everybody's a predator. Because the thought process, especially when you're looking at women, right? We look at women as being the weaker vessels.
Yeah.
You listen to what Cardi B said. What did she say? I used to rob dudes all the time.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
You
She
know what I'm
was so
saying?
like
Them
posting.
women in Brazil, when them guys go over there to, deal with those young girls, what do? Them young girls put, medication that puts them to sleep on their breasts.
That's
Only
unlawful.
the Yeah, as soon as you do that, you're in a foreign country dealing with underage children. Okay, and these children, they got a whole scheme going. They got a whole racket going, and you wake up butt naked on the side of the street. Count your blessings if you ain't dead. And all they want to do is rob you. That's it. So these women, these men, everyone is guilty until proven innocent. G, word.
That's crazy.
Everyone is guilty. Don't play with no drinks. Don't play with nothing at all. Everyone is guilty, and it's a shame that you have to get into that thought process. But this world right here is unrelenting. This world right here, when it takes, and it takes it all. It don't just take your arm, it takes your body, takes your spleen, takes your liver. It takes everything. Takes everything. So this is why we tell these men and these women, you need to vet. This is why we tell them, take your time. There was a chick down here in New York City. This happened a long time ago. So you probably heard the story. But this was a story. There's a woman that was sleeping with a lot of guys out here. This is when the tunnel was open. And those of you who know in the tunnel, that was years ago out here. And that was a famous club, right? They used to always get shot up. But anyway, she slept with many guys. So this one guy told a story. He woke up, she was gone. Okay. And he went to the bathroom and there was lipstick on the window and it said, "Welcome to the wonderful world of AIDS."
What the hell?
Yeah. She had gotten AIDS from sleeping with somebody. So her life dedication was, I'm going to give it to everybody else. Because he gave it to me. He didn't care. And it was, welcome to the wonderful world of AIDS. You know, it's an old story. It's an old story. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is why we say, you know, you need to take your time. Take your time. This is a man or woman that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, potentially. Spend the rest of your life with. We tend to do more background and more research on buying a house than we do spending with a person we're going to spend the rest of our life with. This is a person that's going to pray into you, a person that's going to cover you. Either way, whether it's your man or it's your woman.
Or curse
The house just gives you protection from the weather. This one here protects you from the spirits, from Satan. And we don't do our due diligence to that. You know what I'm saying? So this is why, you know, we'll say, take your time, man. Take your time. You know, I know it's, y'all want to go out there and do your thing, but understand there's a cost with it. Nothing is 100%. This is why when you hear them Lysol commercials, what do they say? 99.9% of germs. Because if they tell you 100% and you get sick, you can sue. There's nothing 100%. Condoms are not 100%. Birth control is not 100%. The only thing that's 100% is not having sex at all. Period. But, you know, you can't tell these young kids that. They're going to do what they're going to do. So the best thing you can do is just, protect yourself. Take your time. Understand who you're talking to. Understand who you're dealing with. It's very important, man. It's very important.
You left your guard down because
Yeah, BCDC said, show me the Carfax. Folks is nasty out here. Absolutely.
And, you know, people want to sleep around and do all that. That's just not my thing. It could easily be my thing, but I'd rather be making
but
money.
that one chick you sleep with, you don't know how many men she slept with.
That's true. But I mean, there's always going to be a risk, like you said yourself.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. That's why it's important to vet that person, to see what that person's thought process and mind frame is. So it gives you some type of, vision into the thought process of who this man or woman is. It says a lot about you. If you just, you have to have these conversations, and communication is so important to understand who you're dealing with, because spiritually you guys link. There's a spiritual imprint that you leave on each other, whether you want to believe it or not, when you have sex.
True.
There is a spiritual imprint that's left. A lot of us just, now know it's not. There is. That's why she's going to compare. That's why you're going to compare. That's why when you sleep, there's going to be not only a physical feeling, a mental feeling. There's something that's going to be different. You're going to compare. Why are you comparing? Because they left an imprint on you.
That's a good point.
So just be mindful. And it's bad when you have
a person. Boom,
huh?
Boom. So that's where they go from person to person, like checkers. They just jump in. You're just
And that's bad because you're
yeah.
forever chasing that high. You're forever chasing that high. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to just dealing with that one woman or dealing with that one man, and there is no comparison. You're not jaded.
Jaded and
You know what I'm saying? You have no one to compare it to. But when you have an extensive history, you know, you're gonna tap into that physical portion of the relationship.
Hmm.
That's why they tell you weed is one of the most dangerous drugs. It's a gateway. It's a gateway. It opens you up to other things. And, you know, there's different opinions on it, you know, but crackheads chase that first high for the rest of their life.
Well, have you ever smoked the green stuff?
No, no.
So, as someone who has several times, um, maybe years ago, and then most recently that story I told you in California, which was last year around this time. Um, is as a gateway, I can't say that's not true. Um, it's not like a hard drug like a heroin or a cocaine where you need something to go harder, bigger, stronger. What it more is more like you have the high and you want to keep the high and maintain the high. Smoking weed, even if you're a long time smoker, you can reasonably get a pretty strong high, as strong as the one you had years before. Now you might have to up the dose a little bit every single time, but it would never get to the point where you overdose on smoking weed. Now the big problem with weed, which is the reason why I stopped, is because it dulls your senses completely. Supposedly takes you to a different realm spiritually, which it does. You start seeing things that might paranoia you, that give you paranoia, or it might enlighten you. It just depends on the person smoking it. But worse,
Hence
it
gateway.
kills it kills the it kills the ambition and drive for men. Particularly, it kills. I noticed that it was disrupting my hormones and my testosterone levels. I mean, I just noticed, I felt it just doing it enough time. I say, okay, if I stop this, I didn't like having a low libido. I like having have very high
Okay.
libido. The
So
lower
and you said it's not a gateway.
is
You just
not a
gave the
gateway.
definition. It opens you up to what other things. That's a gateway.
Nah, I mean,
You understand what
I've
I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily mean it opens you up to crack. It doesn't necessarily mean it opens you up to angel dust, but it opens you up because now once I try this, it opens me up to wanting to try something else. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to, but it
okay, I give you
opens you
that.
up to those spiritual realms also.
Yeah, it does.
You
And like I said, it's not necessarily a bad. So it's tricky. It's not a bad thing because it can. I've heard some incredible things come out of people's mouth when they're high, but I've heard some incredibly stupid things, like we all have, like those movies they show. A lot of those movies they show people high, they're like bumbling fools. That's not always the case. That's like 50. It's like sometimes it is, but sometimes you hear some really profound things, and they're like, you know what? And you hear them saying some of the most scientific things, but that's how that person, and
right.
that's how they get their high somehow. But you got the other people, they're just like dumb as a bag of rocks. So it just
I
depends on
guess
the
it affects
person.
it affects everybody differently.
It does.
My thing is just be aware of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you always, the Lord always tells us to what? Be sober of mind. He always tells us that. So if we're doing something that is going to dull our mind, is it something that we should be doing?
And that's part of the reason why I stopped. I agree with it. It dulls my mind. I didn't like being like talking like this. Pass it around to me, man. You just kind of just sitting there and then you just slink into the chair. You feel like you're a part of the chair, and it's a crazy experience. It's fun at first, but then
Right.
because it feels good, you start to want to do it a lot more. And a lot of these people who smoke it a lot think that they can be successful in life, like their favorite rapper, like a Snoop Dogg or Wiz Khalifa, because they smoke for a living and they make millions. So a lot of people got this thing in their mind. Oh, my favorite rapper or entertainer is smoking a lot of weed. They made it, so I can. But no, 95% of people who smoke weed like that, the way that they do, these entertainers, they don't never make it or get anywhere in life. So that's the big lie that they tell a lot of people, and that's the image that's portrayed, is that smoking weed is cool. It's no different than what they used to do back in the 50s, 60s with cigarettes. Smoking cigarettes is cool. Joe the Camel, look at Marlboro Man. They made movies about this stuff. Clint Eastwood and smoking, and the voice, scruffy voice, it makes you sound like a man, right? But then when they found out later on, it gives you cancer, right? So there'll be some studies coming out about weed that shows people that this stuff is not as benevolent as people think it is.
Yeah. And Butterfly and BCDC are mentioning some good things, that they lace the weed.
They do it
Sometimes
now.
they lace it with formaldehyde. Sometimes they'll,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? They'll lace it with all sorts of stuff that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? They can lace it with angel dust. We all saw Friday. What do you think?
Yeah.
Smokey he was smoking angel dust. You know what I'm saying? Duke the next day was in a chicken coop or pigeon coop, flipping out. So we just need to be more mindful, man. This is where we need Christ. Christ should be your
Excuse me, Bolo. Out here we had 12 deaths in one night from going into the entertainment section out here in Texas, and the dealer was selling marijuana that was laced with fentanyl.
Wow.
And also, everybody be careful about picking money up off the street, because that's what they're doing. They fentanyl off now. A lady, well, she was paralyzed and she finally got out of it. But one person I know died from picking up a bill off the street. It had fentanyl on it.
Well, see, what people don't understand, Mama B, is that if not, your largest organ is your skin.
Yeah.
And and a lot of the times when you put things on your skin, it goes directly into your bloodstream. So you need to be careful of the things you pick up. You see the world.
Fentanyl is so strong. It is. Oh God, I don't even know how to put it, because I have sickle cell thalassemia, so I have been in crises where they had to give it to me, and it is. Oh my God, I refuse it now that I'm older. I'll scream in pain. I never. Never mind.
Oh, listen, we've been here for 3 hours. 3 long hours. And it was beautiful. We had a beautiful
beautiful night.
Start off a little rocky. So you know how we gonna do it. Lyric, you still with us?
I think she left about an hour ago. Oh.
No, I'm here.
Okay. What Psalms are we reading today?
Let's do 7.
Okay. Psalm 7. And it reads, guys, O Lord my God, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me, and deliver me, lest he tear my soul like a lion, rendering it in pieces, while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me, yea, I have delivered him that without cause is mine enemy. Let the enemy persecute my soul and take it. Yea, let him tread down my life upon the earth and lay mine honor in the dust. Salah. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger, lift up thyself because of the rage of mine enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. So shall the congregation of the people compass thee about for their sakes. Therefore return thou on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness and according to my integrity that is in me. O let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just, the righteous God trieth the hearts and reins. My defense is of God, which saveth the upright in heart. God judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and he hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. Wow. Lord God, thank you for allowing us to come together tonight. Thank you for allowing us to praise your name. Thank you for allowing us to understand who you are. Thank you for allowing us to come together every morning to read and meditate and be in a prayer-like mind frame, to hear your voice and to feel your presence. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to wake, breathe, walk, talk. Thank you for not giving up on us. Thank you for being faithful. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your patience. But most of all, thank you for your love. Thank you for your example. Please mold us into the men and women that you need us to be. Please encamp your angels with those that are traveling. Give them travel mercy, Lord God. And please encamp your angels around those that are sick, that fight mental illness, depression, addiction, those that think that they just don't belong. Let them know that there is no glory in death, but there is a glory in life in serving you. Allow us to open up our souls and spirits and take you in totally, to submit to you first in all. Thank you for the village, Lord God. In Jesus' name I pray. Lord God, we're going to mention some names, and we ask that you please protect them, protect their families, protect those that search for you in truth. We ask you, Lord God, to please protect Mika, Be Easy, Miss Carrington, Zapath, Playful, Derek, Little Rock, Coach, Bam, Anthony, Steve, Lyric, B, Smiles, Lexi, Fallon, Chris, Nova, Vea, AGAG, Alex Lincoln, CJ, LA Floyd, Introverted, K Cooper, Montrell, Bumble D, Just Jab, Heather, Phoenix Lit, Drizzle, Juju, Brian Redmond, LA Harlem, Michael Rivera, Tommy Sotomayor, Just Jay, Yeshaya, Naja, Aura, Shah, Yedaya, Imani, Fleetwood, Dog, K, Peach Cobbler, Byron, Aaron, and Mom, Butterfly, Joseph, Shakina Glory, Miss Lady, Matthew, George, Chat with Divine, Mason, Yoshi, 10 past 11, Norman, BCDC 123, James Corbett, Lawrence Teak, Latanya D. Sledge, Tremaine and her son, J.E. Dudley, Only Time, Mama B, and Dorothy, Dante, Miss Taylor, Lapif and Hope Panel, Harris One, Dale, Daryl, Nicole Watson, Jedi Master, Master Wu, Lancelot, Miss M, Rochelle, Halliburton, Definite G, Slim, 611, Mr. O, Black Genesis, Maggie, the Substitute Teacher, I'm an Israelite Queen, Andre Terry, Lawrence Rattano, Miss B Finesse, Time Traveler, It Is What It Is, Jacob Lewis, Night Train, Mr. Lewis, Doing, Gordon, Ronald, Tony, J. Chasm, Snuggles, Enya, Pasha Blaine, Shake Rat King, Gene, Celestial, Veggie Jess, The Intellectual Soapbox, Wayface, Aaron Miller, Sparkles, Alan R., Trash Can Waves, Lead Attorney, Randy East, and Jay Mills, Kingdom Minded, Black Dust, Roy Rodriguez, I Can Cook, Ken Sean, AMF, Over the Top, Snuggles 668, You're Pushing 40, Random Stuff, Amy Lewis, Jay, CMC Productions, Moto Love, 1968, Ramsey's, Red Lipstick, and Son Caleb, Crystal Woodside, Jeanette Knight, Dale Jackson, Brutal Blades, Nicole, Turtle House, Erica Murray, Hard Way, Sipo Cool, Jedi Mike, Just DeWitt, Selena, Black Dazzle, Tay, Sexy Slim TV, Pierre Ledur, Jamal Woodward, Provoking Thoughts, Mosaic, TJ Randolph, Ibra, The Last Saint, Bill With Me, Pillow Talk, Vaughn Bryant, Masterpiece, The Book of Genesis, Miss Lady, FFS, Ronald Hotboy, Sunflower, Uncle Stu, Nasira, C. Darius, Black Vegeta, M.E., Brittany A., Brittany B., Mr. A., Floyd Finklier, Princessa, Kevin Palmer, Courtney Lucky Rella, Anton Daniels, Juana Chica Health, and Healing, Saska, Bravo with Sheila, Gail Lockett, Sammy McFadden, Cecily Scorpio, Seeley, What the Funk, Mellifant, Kadar, Emerge Daily, Talk with Troy, K. Nicole, Just Right Music, AURD, Tyree Patterson, Mr. Rucker, Just Me Coconuts, Community Solutions, Black Man Travels, T. Blaze, Darrell Long, Sheed We Air, Bovine Breed, Spiritual Logic, Black Men Unfiltered, Mr. Best in the World, Mr. Black 331, Sheba Pisces, Truth is Never Favored, Moments with Nikki Red, Rulia, M. Mills, Big Bad Bull, Randy, Doris Myers, Ma'at Speaks, Edens, Billionaire Mentors Podcast, Chaotic Truth, 84 Clean Cut, Princess C, Alan G, Bowling's My Hobby, Sohail Speaks, Security Boss Unsolicited, Icy Lemons, Annette, I.A. Lewis, Taylor Made, E. Black, George Lewis, Zach Stewart, Richard Gordon as Broderick, St. Sean, O'Shea Lennox, Big Wolf, E. Daughter, Information Man Show, Shanita Richardson, Byron Podcast Show, King Rich, The Windy City, Damage, Robert, Thomas, Mr. Docs, Alvin Davis, Chris G, Travis Savage, Ebony, Riley McCann, Mona D, Alexis, W911, Detroit, Karma, The Real Erica, Black Genesis, Armin Brown, Chalk K, Melanie, Queen 2K, Just a Splash, L. Nixon, Prince of Petty, Sleeping Beauty, Stone Builder, Miss Storm, Nikki, Datman, Brian Jehovah, Ricky Williams, Agent Black, Common Sense, Janot Moret, Chris G, Derek Whitson Jr., Sarah J. And all those, Lord God, that search for you in truth and understanding. We ask that you please protect them. We ask that you encamp your angels around them and help them to understand who you are. Give us strength where there's weakness, faith where there's doubt, and love where there's hate, and light where there's darkness. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Okay. Joseph,
Amen.
last words on you, my brother.
Amen. Well, it's been an interesting conversation. There's been some. I wasn't here for most of the first half. It looked like it started late, and I didn't think it was gonna even start at all. So I just went off and did something else, and I came back later to find out that you was halfway into the stream. So it seemed like it was about some pretty dark topics. So I'm glad that, at least towards the end, there was some levity involved in the conversation to balance out the mood and the energy that was there. But sometimes we have to deal with those difficult situations and conversations, be it depression or loss of life, with family members, friends, and there's no escaping that. Just have to deal with it. It's just something that we all have to do, whether we like it or not. No one likes it, but it's just something we all have to accept as a part of life. as difficult as it is. And in that also, laughter, humor, um, and joy. So just like there's darkness, there has to be light. Just like there's up, there has to be down. Um, Good has to be bad. Just balancing all things. So it seems like it's a pretty good stream so far. Um, and I hope that um, you guys were able to comfort each other through your each of your individual circumstances. Um, Lola, with your apparent health situation that I'm not fully aware of. Um, Melis, what was her name? Meliphant, in her situation. There was someone in the comment section about someone lost their auntie. That person's situation. I hope that this stream brought some solace to those individual circumstances. Obviously, it's going to take more than 3 hours to do. Um, for some people, more than a lifetime, but it's a start somewhere in the right direction. With that said, I appreciate you guys. You certainly gave me a good laugh for the day. um, I love all y'all, and I'll continue to show up for as long as I possibly can. Have a great night.
Nice. Mama B?
Tonight was truly a blessing. Um, your voice sounds a little better, but don't forget before you go to bed, do what I told you. Anyway, um, Pasha, I offer you my deepest condolence about your aunt. Um, Praying for you and your family. Meliphant, just hold on to his hand, his unchanging love. He's right there. You're gonna make it through 100%. He will never leave us nor forsake us. Um, Joseph, thank you for letting our hearts be light with you and give us a little laughter. And my daughter Lyric up there, um, you wasn't right neither because you had me laughing too. But still, thank you for your wisdom and the things that you said. And my son Bolo, God bless you. Thank you for everything. And as I say it again, to everybody in the village, I love you all. God bless you all. And please take care of yourselves too. I know we tend to take care of others first, but don't forget about yourself. Don't forget about yourself. And I love you all. Y'all have a blessed weekend. And this was beautiful. I thank you.
Miss Lyric speaks. Last words on you.
Well, like always, I'm just, just excited about God. I thank Him for, allowing you to, open this space for people to come and have uncomfortable conversation as well as just comfortable conversations. This space was, you know, created for exactly what it's doing. And for that, I'm grateful. The dedication that you have, to the channel, the giving of yourself, it is, like I said before, it's a beautiful thing to be a part of something so spiritual and just really really geared toward helping others. I just really really enjoy it. If you guys didn't get anything out of the night, I pray that you walked away with standing in your pain and you understand how important being there is. We go through a lot, but it's on purpose. And death is hard. And unfortunately, all of us have stories to where we can tell how close death to our life is and how personal it is. But just to know that, he's deliberately bringing attention to you because he wants you closer to him and he knows that you're not going to deny him. That's a beautiful thing. Like, for him to have confidence in us, for him to have confidence in me, when I think about that, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. He never stops showing himself awesome. And I'm grateful for that. I'm happy that Joseph was able to pick our spirits up too, because they were down. And um, I might have to send up a prayer for him, because I don't want people to keep trying to steal his cookies. I don't understand.
You just had to go there, huh, daughter?
I don't understand. I want him to be okay.
You know what's crazy is that when they're not able to get it, they get mad at me. When I tell them go, I'm like, no, I gotta go. Like, what they get the hell out?
Don't wear the pimp shirt no more.
It's Mama Beverly. He got a whole lot of those. That's not the only one.
Again, she's right. Got like 10 of those shows.
But I really enjoy it here. Meliphant, she knows she has my heart. I'm so happy to hear. I didn't hear her testimony as her being down. There's an echo, Bolo. I didn't hear her testimony as being down, but I heard a coming out, a growing, a growth, and I'm excited about that. I'm constantly praying for her. She has come far, and I thank you for her sharing that with us. Pasha, I'm always praying for you. Each and every person that comes in the village, like I said, I'm always excited to see you guys as Avatar. I'm excited that you guys are excited about God, and I pray that that he just continues to keep that fire burning inside of you guys. I'm just happy for that. So yes, you guys, stand in that pain, and just thank you for constantly coming here and showing up.
I want to thank everybody for coming up. Meliphant, absolutely, I concur with what Lyric said. Your growth is crazy, but we know that the Lord is able to do whatever He needs to do to get you to where you need to be. So it's very beautiful, and thank you for coming up here and sharing with us. Thank you. Joseph, yeah, definitely. You came up here and you lightened the load, because it was heavy. And I'm glad the Lord allowed you, because usually you don't lighten the load, but today, it was a good side to see of you. Thank you for allowing the Lord to use you. Mama B, thank you for being Mama B, man. Thank you so much for being there for the village. Thank you for, giving us levity at times and giving us your wisdom. And thank you for allowing the Lord to use you. Thank you so much. Lyric, you dropped a whole lot of gems tonight. A lot of mic drops. It even got to the point where you attacked me. And but all jokes aside, thank you for coming up here, and thank you for allowing the Lord to use you and give this information, because in this time that we're living in, with everyone is looking, and a lot of people, when they find information, they want to keep it to themselves, to prosper off of it, to make money off of it. but you give it willingly. You know, you wake up early, you study, you write these things down, and then you come and you give us the information. Thank you for the Lord. You know, thank you for allowing the Lord to use you and you not being afraid to use your gift and show it to us. I love you for that. Thank you. And Big Ant, wherever you at, I love you, brother. We're waiting for your return. Be safe out there. Village, I love you guys, man. Thank you for making this tangible, and thank you for making this real. Thank you. I love you all. Guys, if you need a Bible, hit me up. We do send you Bibles. Hit me up if you need the Bible.
Although we might need to start giving out chastity belts to Joseph, so nobody won't steal his cookie.
I don't think anyone. Joe, he knows now. He knows that happened to him 2 years ago. He's on point now with it, right, Joseph?
That's still a problem, y'all.
I was about to say it's still happening. He said it.
Problem. Trying to get some food.
Don't get.
It's a problem. It is what it is. You just live
All
with
right,
it.
brother.
It's
Well,
nothing to
we
do.
gonna pray for you, and that you stand strong and you don't drink no joy juice.
If I wear a
we gonna
chest,
pray.
they're only just going to try to break into it. So it's like they're going to pick the lock. It's just useless.
All right, guys. Have a blessed weekend. Lord willing, we'll see you Monday morning. Where we will continue in Job. Guys, stay strong and stay firm in the Lord. All right, guys. Have a blessed night. I love you all. God bless you. Good night.
Love you more. Love you guys. Bye bye.